over 50 state playoff appearances, 17 state championship game appearances. What does that spell? The communities of DuQuoin and Carthage.
To Illini West and DuQuoin coming in here in a matchup in Class 3A to settle who is number one in the state. These are two schools with rich traditions. Even though Illini West is only in its second season, Illini West comes in here 13-0. These are not the new kids on the block, folks. Due to the consolidation 2 years ago of Carthage, Dallas City, and La Harpe, well, we all know what Carthage did in the playoffs. 9 times they made it to the championship game. 4 times they won it. Each time they won it with the legendary coach James Unruh at the helm, and he's at the helm again today as the head coach of Illini West. DuQuoin also has a legendary head coach in Al Martin. He is coaching in his 6th championship game, and DuQuoin, folks, has made the playoffs an unbelievable 25 consecutive years. Yes, it's a battle of high school heavyweights coming up. Right now, let's send it up to the booth for the call of all the action today. Here's Jim Spencer and Steve Mays. Guys.
It's not Carthage anymore, it's Illini West. They're not the Blue Boys anymore, they're the Chargers. Still great tradition. You can't, that tradition still stays with the program, obviously. And the DuQuoin is known as the football capital of Southern Illinois, so this is going to be a great matchup.
Exactly right. Both teams are just so well coached. Jim, you and I met with them before the game. Coach Jim Unruh and Al Martin, both these coaches are just very well respected, great guys, offered us a lot of information that we'll talk about as we get into the game. But this is a matchup in 3A that I think a lot of people have been waiting for. A contrast in styles. You got a running offense versus a passing offense. You got some elite athletes in this game, so I'm really looking forward to this game.
It's already been a great ride here to Memorial Stadium in Champaign for both of these teams. Let's take a look at the road for DuQuoin. That quarterfinal game against Decatur St. Teresa, they had to make a late goal line stand around the 5-yard line to preserve the victory. The last 3 teams, Steve, that they played were all undefeated.
Absolutely right. Beat Columbia, who we saw last year, Jim, down here in this very game, so they were really on a roll at the end of the season.
Columbia ranked number 1 in the state the entire season. And on the other side for Illini West, they steamrolled through the first 3 rounds, but in that semifinal at home against Oregon had to rally from 23 to 6 down.
Always a very rugged team to play, a rugged conference that Oregon plays in, and that was a huge win here to get in the state championship game.
All right, we'll talk more about that as the afternoon progresses. Let's take a look at some of the players that we're going to be spotlighting in this 3A state title game. First, for DuQuoin, their key offensive player, A.J. Hill, and he's simply special.
Well, he's probably one of the best players in the state at any level, and he's an exceptional athlete, can run, can throw. He's also very much a leader, plays defense for him as well. I can't wait to watch him play.
Upwards of 3,000 yards of total offense for A.J. Hill. And on defense, a great athlete at linebacker, Matt Gossett.
Yeah, big kid, 6'3", 180, really flies around. Just a tremendous nose for the football, leader on defense, and he'll have his hands full tonight stopping the run.
Yeah, those 102 tackles leads this DuQuoin team. And now on the other side of things for the Chargers of Illini West, they always have a great fullback, and it's no different with this team, Stephen Flynn.
Well, Stephen Flynn's a very rugged player, kind of like the game we did for 1A. Another rugged fullback out of that double wing offense, 23 touchdowns. He's the emotional leader on the offense.
And then looking at things on the defensive side for Illini West, just a linebacker with a motor that will not quit.
Well, that's the first thing that Coach said to us, is he's got a motor. He's undersized, plays out of position a little bit, but has a tremendous motor, just will not quit.
And he'll be eye-spying a lot of A.J. Hill, trying to make sure that Hill doesn't beat them. All right, so we've met some of the key players in this game. Let's meet all the starters because we're just about set and ready to kick off this 3A state championship game. And for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups, let's go to Memorial Stadium public address announcer Jeff Fritzen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for the Class 3A state championship. First, the defense for the Chargers of Illini West High School. Head coach Jim Unruh. At end, number 1, Chris Vincent. Tackle, number 56, Kyle Hartzell. Nose guard, number 54, Ross Hudson. At tackle, number 51, Justin Graves. At end, number 61, Carl Hartwig. Linebacker, 15, Derek Van Fleet. Linebacker, number 33, Dakota Hicks. Cornerback, number 5, Chris Korzak. Cornerback, number 32, Brett Cook. Rover, number 12, Jesse Holtzclaw. Safety, number 23, Zach Burling. And now the starting offense for the Indians of DuQuoin. First, head coach Al Martin. Quarterback, number 7, A.J. Hill. Fullback, number 40, Ben Connor. At tailback, 23, Jamar Reed. At tight end, number 84, Jordan Day. Flanker, number 10, Seth Flint. Split end, number 9, David Rose. Center, number 52, Garrett Hopkins. Guard, number 65, Jonathan Tennyson. At guard, number 79, Luke Montgomery. Tackle, number 64, Josh Cushman. And tackle, number 53, Alex Heath.
Back high atop on our penthouse suite atop of Memorial Stadium. The newly renovated Memorial Stadium on a great view on a great day. The weather's been absolutely spectacular here in Champaign today. We've already crowned a couple of champions in Triopia and Immaculate Conception, and now it'll be DuQuoin or Illini West here in 3A, and we'll have the opening kickoff here in just a little bit. And now today's coin flip and captain's meeting is brought to you by Walgreens. Walgreens is a proud sponsor of the IHSA's Do What's Right sportsmanship campaign. And you see it there, DuQuoin ended up winning the toss, and they elected to receive. So we'll see A.J. Hill, the quarterback for DuQuoin, who is already verbally committed to coach Jerry Kill at Northern Illinois University. Left-hander, his older brother Nick Hill, is now a part of the coaching staff. Nick had a great career at SIU at Southern Illinois, playing for Jerry Kill, who's now the head coach at NIU. There is a connection. We'll expound on that as the broadcast continues. So you see the return man, Reed, the deepest of the return men for DuQuoin. And the Chargers are going to put it in play. The 3A title game is now underway. It is going to be a deep kick from about the 20-yard line. And on the return for DuQuoin, David Gayton. Gayton is a normal starter. He's been slowed a little bit by a knee injury. He got a 16-yard return there, but you see him go off the field. He won't be in there at the tailback position. Ramar Reed is going to be there.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Al Martin's a little bit concerned about that. Gayton's a guy that had 731 yards rushing coming into this game, and you also take 9 touchdowns out of your offense. But Jamar Reed, he thinks, is a pretty capable back, Jim.
It adds another two-way starter for the Indians as well. Here's a handoff, and it's going to be the aforementioned Ramar Reed, and he's off to the races, first down and more, as he carries inside of Illini West territory around the 49-yard line. A solid run of 15 yards on the first play of the game for 23, Ramar Reed. There's the starting offensive line for DuQuoin: Cushman, Tennyson, Hopkins, Montgomery, and Heap. And in the backfield, A.J. Hill. Gayton not starting. You saw Reed replacing him. Connor, Flint, Rose, and Day, the backs and the receivers for head coach Al Martin. On first down, Handoff. Coming near side. First down and more. It's Reed again, all the way down to the 33-yard line. So back-to-back runs for Ramar Reed. He picks up 16 more here and another DuQuoin first down. Up front for Illini, they are big. Upwards of 230 pounds across the front line. They run a 53 defense most of the time. And then the linebackers, Derek Fleet and Jacob Schmudlock. And the defensive backs, Korzit, Cook, Holtzclaw, and Zach Burling. Why not try Reed again off the right side? He's going to be hit in the backfield and thrown down for a loss.
Well, that's a play you're going to have to stop right there with Jamar Reed running to the outside. They had a little trips formation that side, tried to block everything down. Illini West did a nice job getting outside, keeping their ends outside.
All right, so boy, we're fast and furious with the action.
Wow.
We haven't even played a minute, and tons of stuff going on. Now a big defensive play after a couple of big offensive plays, and you see the coaching staff there. And a legal shift was the call. As you look at the coaching staff for DuQuoin, the penalty was declined.
Right.
5-yard loss on the play, 6-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 16. First pass attempt for Hill, and it's complete. Making the catch, 17, Matt Gossett. Gossett will also play as a linebacker. He was our key defensive player. There you see the weather right now, 43 degrees, wind chill of 38. Wind kind of swirls a little bit down on the field, but not much of a factor. Bottom line, once again, great weather for a title game.
Absolutely, it's just perfect. I mean, compared to what we've had the last couple years, great night for football.
3rd and 12 for A.J. Hill and company. They'll operate from the pistol formation. Hill, the lefty, looking to throw, fires the ball. He's got a man over the middle. Making the catch, Seth Flint, and he's got the first down inside the 20. Down to about the 18-yard line as DuQuoin comes up with 16 yards on 3rd and 12.
Well, Seth Flint is one of A.J. Hill's favorite targets. He has 37 catches coming into this game, almost 500 yards and 7 TDs. A.J. Hill, the thing that you'll like about him as a quarterback, he will spread the wealth around. He will throw to a lot of his different receivers. And I'll tell you what, these receivers have very good hands, Jim. Great group of receivers.
So DuQuoin inside the Charger red zone at the 18-yard line. Handoff, Reed again. This time he's going to be stuffed quickly. And here are the keys for DuQuoin. Climb the hill. What do we mean by that?
Well, we had to put that in there. They've ridden the back of A.J. Hill all season. Why not just keep doing that? Obviously, they have to stay balanced. You're seeing a little bit of that today. You're going to see a lot of formations. Don't get too pass happy. Got to mix it up with run. They've done a nice job on that. They've had a problem with 3rd and long, and if they want to keep drives going, you got to convert on 3rd and long.
All right, 2nd down and 9. Hill wants to throw, firing over the middle of the ball, off the hands of the intended receiver, David Rose, and nearly intercepted.
Well, A.J. Hill threw this one a little bit late. Rose was wide open quickly. He was in coverage a little bit late. Right there, he should release that ball. A little high on the throw. Rose goes high, tries to catch it. That's one that you'll see A.J. Hill make 9 times out of 10.
Rose trying for his 57th catch of the year, has 911 receiving yards on the year. Another 3rd and long for the Indians from the pistol. It's going to be Hill on the keeper. He's not going to get the first down. Smothered around the 15-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down for head coach Al Martin and the DuQuoin Indians.
When we talk about keeping balance, that's one play that they like to run, a little speed option out of the pistol formation. I mean, A.J. Hill can run the football as well, Jim. He's got 760 yards plus coming into this and 17 rushing touchdowns. We talk a lot about how he throws it, but he's a heck of a runner as well.
From the pistol once again on 4th and 8. Hill fires. He's got a man at the 10. Diving forward, he's not going to have the first down. Needed to get 8 on the play and ended up with more like 6 or 7. And the Illini West defense, Steve, bends but doesn't break.
Absolutely. They like to run play action to their left. A.J. Hill's a left-handed quarterback. The receiver did not get to the yardage. Seth Flint probably should have run that pass pattern 2 or 3 more yards with depths. Didn't get there, so they didn't get the first down.
So now we see the Illini West offense. The double wing. Stephen Flynn, their leading rusher, is the fullback, and junior Michael Lafferty, another left-hander, will duck under center. Here's the fullback breaking free. Flynn off to the races across the 35, and he's going to be marked out at about the 37-yard line. A 27-yard run, as there you see the huge offensive line for Illini West, averaging upwards of 250 pounds across the front. And Hudson and Hartzell are all staters up front.
Correct.
For the Chargers. And then Lafferty, the quarterback, Flynn, Beals, Schmudlock are the backs, and then your ends, Schmudlock and Wilson. The Schmudlocks are brothers. Double tights and double wings. Stephen Flynn again, and another positive run.
Well, that's the exact play we talked about in our 1A game, Jim, with Triopia. It's that little trap inside. It's so hard to defend that double wing like that. As we're going to take a look here of the DuQuoin defensive front. There's your front four. They'll run a 4-4, change up a little bit into the 4-3. As you see, Colin Jones, Gossert, and Connor as the linebackers.
And then Rose, Reed, Flint, and Clary. Clary, a big hitting safety in the defensive backfield. And it's Flynn again. Stephen Flynn with 3 straight carries to start off the game. Illini West started around their own 10-yard line. Now they're inside of DuQuoin territory.
Flynn is a tough kid, 5'10", 215 pounds. He's really a load there at fullback. I'll tell you what, you have to be at fullback. You're about 2 yards back from the quarterback. You know you're going to be into that defensive line in no time. You got to run people over, make people miss. He does a nice job of that, Jim.
43 yards on the drive so far, all of it coming from Stephen Flynn. He gets the call again. Why not? They're going to run it until DuQuoin stops it. He carries the pile down to the 40-yard line. Let's take a look at the keys for the Chargers. Frustrate Hill, different coverages, different blitz schemes, that sort of thing?
They have to, obviously. And then when you're running the double wing, you have to control the clock. You cannot get into 3-and-out situations all the time. And also you have to finish your drives. I mean, they need ball control, finish drives. Don't have 2, 3, silly plays. You got to finish.
2nd down and 3 for the Chargers. Again, Stephen Flynn spinning away. He's got another first down. They're just going to keep featuring the fullback until DuQuoin does something to stop it.
Absolutely right. You know what they do? They bring that wing back in, and almost he's a lead blocker for the fullback, Stephen Flynn. He comes from that wing back, kind of smashes in, takes out a linebacker. They do such a nice job with deception of the football. It's hard to tell who's got the darn football.
In talking with Al Martin before the game about defending this type of team, so many teams now are going to the spread offensive passing schemes. You never see a wing T team like this, and they're awful hard to defend when you don't play them on a regular basis. Flynn again hits the middle of the pile and then is pushed back. That's the 6th consecutive carry for Stephen Flynn.
Well, I think he likes that. I mean, he was so keyed up before this game. We were in the bubble over there watching pregame, and he was just hyped up for this game. Comes into it's his last game, high school game. He's one of the key seniors for Illini West.
It will be 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard run there for Stephen Flynn. Lafferty is going to keep it this time, breaking free. Then he fumbled the football. It's loose, and DuQuoin is on top of it, recovering the fumble. Ramar Reed. Boy, Reed, double duty. And Jamar Reed with the fumble recovery, and let's take a look at this.
Boy, they had a nice play right here, running a little midline, quarterback keeping that football. Oh, helmet on the football, nice tackle. Looked like number 80 got the helmet on the football. Might have been number 20. Well, I can't really tell from that view, but the ball's on the turf. Huge break for DuQuoin.
Just the 10th turnover of the year for Illini West. There's a handoff on 1st down. Jamar Reed. Short yardage on the play.
I'm going to tell you right now, you can hear the hitting from up here. Yeah. We have headsets on as well. I know we have mics down there on the field, but you can hear the pops going on right now. These are 2 very physical football teams.
So both teams, Steve, start off and move the football, but don't cash in with points.
Right.
Before that turnover that Illini West had, they were plus 27 on turnover differential this year. They do not make many mistakes. And Hill on the keeper. a quarterback draw across the 30 to the 31, and he'll be a little bit short of the first down. Inside of 5 minutes for the opening quarter.
Well, if you're going to stop this DuQuoin offense, you have to stop this play. Matt Gossett, the linebacker, number 17, did a nice job from his linebacker. He's the leading tackle. We featured him over 112 tackles for the season. He's one-on-one with A.J. Hill. If he doesn't tackle him, Hill's gone.
Third and short here. A.J. Hill. The ball is fumbled on the snap. It was a low snap. Hill got it and ran forward, but he's going to be short of the first down.
He is going to be short. About a half a yard, it looks like, from here, Jim. We're right over the top of this play. We're going to see the replay. I think this hits the rear end of the center before it gets to Hill. Oh, he doesn't even get it off the ground, kind of rolls it back. Hill does a nice job just running forward, but he's not going to pick up enough yardage for the first down.
All right, so a punting situation here for the Indians.
Well, unless you're DuQuoin, looks like they have their offense in
yes,
right
now.
now.
Yes, they do. 4th and 1 from their own 32. Penalty flags.
Well, they're going to get called for 12 men in the huddle. You saw 12 men break out of there. I think Al Martin was trying to call a timeout, and they're going to get called for it.
Timeout, White. First timeout.
Timeout has been called, as you heard from our official down in the field. Our referee is Robert Smith, and we're going to take a timeout as well. We're scoreless here in the 3A state championship game. Hey, Steve, are you hungry?
Absolutely.
Well, Quiznos delivers from their location at Neal and John Streets. Quiznos, delicious, fast and hot, well, hot and fast, right to your door. Quiznos, Neal and John Streets. Call them now. All right, out of the timeout called by DuQuoin. It is going to be 4th down and short. Before the timeout, DuQuoin had their offense on the field here, and they're going to keep it on the field. Will they go, or will they just try to draw them off sides here with a hard count? It's going to be Hill on the keeper. Hill's got the first down. Gutsy call by Al Martin early in the game on 4th and 1 around his own 30-yard line from his own 32. Al Martin goes for it and comes up with a good play and a first down.
A.J. Hill's a little anxious here. Look at him taking off almost before the ball is snapped. He knows he only has to get about a yard there, sticks it up in there and gets the first down.
A.J. Hill has good moxie, the kind of moxie that you want to see out of your quarterback. His older brother Nick Hill starred here at DuQuoin before having a stellar career with the SIU Salukis. Jamar Reed on the carry off the left side. Pushed out of bounds. And Nick Smith got a cup of coffee with the Chicago Bears, got a tryout with the Bears. It didn't make it there. Now Nick is a part of the DuQuoin coaching staff.
We understand he might even get a look at later on in the year or in summer with the Phoenix Cardinals, so wish him well.
3:26 for the opening quarter. There you see Jamar Reed, 5 carries for 34 yards here in the early going.
Good
2nd and 7.
Good look
into
at
the flat
formation.
Nice catch in the right flat. David Rose made the catch, and Rose upended after a short gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 yards to go here.
Wow, this is a tough catch. You're running away from the quarterback. He'll put some zip on that. Rose is able to pull it in for a very short gain. I like what Illini West is doing defensively right now. Playing a little zone out there in the flats. They're going to stick. We talked to their coach before the game, Unruh. They're going to stay with their cover 3. We asked him, are you going to make any change? You got to blitz. You got to do. Nope, we're going to stay with what we do. We like cover 3 deep. We'll let them catch it. We'll come up and hit them.
Rose picked up 1 on that tough catch. Now 3rd and 5 yards to go. And here's a first down pass and catch from A.J. Hill to Seth Flint. Flint out of bounds. But it is a DuQuoin first down, their 5th first down of this first quarter.
You know, when DuQuoin needs a first down and they need a passing play to work, they're going to run to their left. A.J. Hill is left. You watch him on film. That's what they like to do. This is a great throw. He throws really well on the run. Good catch, good run. Picked up a first down.
In the past, DuQuoin was known as a team that really liked to run the football and be a power-oriented team, but they the last 2 years they've had A.J. Hill and a bunch of great receivers, and that's why they're throwing the ball so much. Hill on the keeper, and he's going to dive down to about the 46 on the Illini West half of the field.
You know, you have to give Al Martin a lot of credit in that too, Jim. You got to run what works for you to your athletes. You know, he doesn't have a team right now that they could probably run it down people's throat. You know, you got to utilize the athletes you got. They have 5 or 6 very good, talented, fast athletes. Spread people out, get into a lot of one-on-one situations, and take advantage of it.
Hill has thrown for over 2,000 yards to go with those 700-plus yards rushing. And Hill 5 out of 6 passing here in the early going for 39 yards. From an I formation, Hill flushed out, fires on the run, got a man out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Was 17 for DuQuoin, Matt Gossett. That's Gossett's second catch here in the early going.
Well, nice job by A.J. Hill making something happen when nothing was really there. Gossett does a good job. Not enough for the first down, but gets very close. 3rd and about 2.
They like to call that 3rd and manageable.
Right.
As Hill continues to throw well, and a nice job throwing on the run. But again, the left-hander moving to his left, a much easier throw for him. So 3rd down and 2 from the Illini West 40. Hill's going to keep it, fighting forward, and he'll have the first down. As he got to the 37, needed 2, and he got 3. Good game so far. Both teams have moved the ball. DuQuoin had a drive stopped deep inside of Illini West territory. Illini West countered with a drive and then turned it over with a fumble.
That's right. These are 2 very well-coached teams. I mean, you're not going to see crazy things happening in a game like this. This is going to be settled by some kind of a turnover, some big play. We've got those kind of athletes in this game. I can't wait to see the rest of this game.
And here's Jamar Reed to the 30-yard line. Not a bad backup, huh?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. You lose Gayton, you know, your 700-yard rusher, and you throw Reed in there. Here's this little trap they like to run, pull guard and tackle, little counter gap action. Reed, he's pretty durable. He's not a real big kid, but he's taking some licks here in the first quarter.
He's only a junior. Also starts at cornerback for the Indians. There you see his numbers so far in this game. On the keeper, Hill. Down to 45 seconds for the opening quarter here in the 3A state title game between Illini West and DuQuoin. And Hill's going to end up short of the first down by about a yard.
Good hit by Kyle Hartzell, one of the real tough senior linemen for Illini West, 6'1", 250. He actually can move. He's not one of those kids that's a big stiff in there. He can actually run.
13th play of this drive upcoming. 3rd and 1. Reed hit and dropped. He lost yardage, did not get the first down. And that should be the final play of the opening quarter here in the Class 3A state championship game. DuQuoin will be faced with a 4th down when we come back for the second quarter. We'll have second quarter action here in the 3A title game live from Memorial Stadium in Champaign after these words from your local station. Well, DuQuoin in the midst of a long drive, 13 plays and 50 yards so far. They've already converted 1 4th and short deep inside of their own territory. Now, as we start the second quarter, 4th and 1 from the Illini West 27-yard line.
Well, look for Nick Hill, I would imagine here. You know, he's going to run a little spread here, put everybody out. Hill in the backfield by himself. Let's see if they run that little quarterback trap.
They're going to fake the jet sweep, and Hill's going to keep it and dive forward, and he should have the first down.
Boy, he's pretty close. Might have gotten it by about a half a yard or a foot, but they're going to give him the first down.
The first quarter statistics brought to us by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Time of possession very much in favor of DuQuoin. Number of plays run, 22 plays in the first quarter for DuQuoin compared to 7. Total yards, 103 to 68.
You know what you noticed in a very well-coached game is lack of penalties. Both these teams don't commit many penalties during the course of a game.
Had a lot of penalties in our first game today between Triopia and Stark County. Hill on the keeper, and he'll work his way inside the 25. before he's tripped up.
Tripped up by Derek Van Fleet, who we featured in the pregame. One of the better linebackers that you will see in Class 3A, 6'1", 170, and one of those seniors that makes a lot of plays.
We mentioned Jerry Kill, who's now the head coach at NIU. Jerry Kill was Nick Hill's coach at Southern Illinois, and by all accounts, if Jerry Kill had stayed at Southern Illinois, A.J. Hill would have gone to
right.
Southern Illinois. Hill, the lefty, fires to the left. He's got Flint. He had him, and then Flint couldn't hold on. Unusual for the normally sure-handed Flint, the leading receiver for this DuQuoin team.
Yeah, this is a great ball by Hill. You know, did a nice job. I thought he took 1 or 2 steps with that, just dropped it on the ground. Would have been enough for the first down.
All right, so now we're looking at 3rd down and 6 from the Carthage 22.
Well, you have to look at it right here, Jim. You've got 2 downs to get this first down. I can't imagine they're going to punt or even kick a field goal here. The 2 downs to pick up 5 yards.
From the pistol, Hill rolling to his right, had a man open. Now he fires underneath, and he's got a man for a first down. Making the catch was Seth Flint, running open in the end zone. He had an open receiver in the end zone.
David Rose wide open. I don't know what shot we'll get with our replay here. We're going to feature on A.J. Hill, but Hill has David Rose wide open in the end zone as Seth Flint does a nice job getting both feet in. You don't have to do that in high school, but he did a nice job. Wow, if A.J. would have looked down the field, Rose was wide open, screaming for the football.
This drive will now move to its 18th play. They've converted 3rd downs and 2 4th downs to keep this drive alive. Play action, Hill fires over the middle off the hands of the intended receiver, David Rose, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, you can see the disappointment right there on Rose's face. This would have been a tough catch. This is tough coming across the middle like that. You got to be thinking a linebacker somewhere in there. That ball should have been caught. Got a cross-hand catch that one. That would have been a touchdown.
Would have been his 12th touchdown reception of the year, but as it is now, it's 2nd and 10, ball at the Carthage 11. From the pistol again, Hill on the rollout to the left, chase down, fires over the head of Seth Flint. It brings up 3rd down once again.
Excellent coverage by DuQuoin on this play. A.J. Hill did not have an open receiver. We're going to see this as the shot pans out a little bit. Everybody is covered by an orange jersey right there. I think A.J. Hill's pretty much throwing this football away.
Well, that's because Justin Graves from Illini West had him in his sights. Hill got rid of it just in time to avoid the sack.
Well, this is the play they like to go to the fade route. Let's look and see. They're going to stay in the pistol, though.
Hill fires into the flat, got a man. Making the catch is Marcus Clary. Clary's going to be gang tackled short of the first down by a good 5 or 6 yards.
Clary does a nice job catching this football first thing, but then he does an even better job getting a couple guys to miss. That was a pretty nice hit right there. Couldn't pick up the first down, so it will be 4th and about 5 from the 7-yard line.
This is the 20th play of this drive.
Isn't that supposed to happen for the double wing teams? Aren't they the ones that have the long drives?
Big 4th down. Hill fires towards the end zone. The ball is going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, they're going to give him the catch, I think.
You
yeah,
are
right at the last minute.
The ball came loose. Now we'll have to see about the spot here.
Let's watch this on the replay, see if we can see if David Rose hangs on to this. Once again, Hill rolling to his left. Wow, he caught that ball with one hand. Look at that hand. As he goes to the ground, he has possession of this football. This will be enough for the first down. Wow, what a catch.
We're going to bring the chains out here and measure. And it is a first down. You have to think that David Rose feels pretty good about that catch, right, because he dropped a couple, and a couple that were much easier plays than that, but he makes a huge play on 4th down to keep this drive alive.
Well, obviously he's one of A.J. Hill's favorite targets. I mean, he came into this game right under 1,000 yards, needing 89 yards to go for 1,000 yards for the season. That's quite a season.
Well, this monumental drive continues. 9 first downs to 3 for DuQuoin. First and goal now from the 1. Hill on the keeper, touchdown. 1 yard, touchdown, burst into the end zone for A.J. Hill.
Wow, and he got a great block by Jamar Reed out of his pistol formation. You're going to see him come in and crack on the defensive lineman. And he ought to be the first person that A.J. Hill thanks. We'll see this on a replay right here from the end zone camera. Great look. See Jamar Reed with that block. Hill is able to sneak it over and get the first score of this afternoon's game.
18th rushing touchdown of the year, and the extra point is up, and it is good. And DuQuoin takes a 7-0 lead with a 22-play touchdown drive. 7-0 Indians. We're back to Memorial Stadium after this time. There was a flag on the field, and the penalty is going to be assessed on the kickoff, and we're still now going to step aside for this timeout with DuQuoin on top 7-0.
Today.
Here's the touchdown we're going to see right before we went to break. A.J. Hill getting a great block by Jamar Reed, enough to stick in there. They did convert on the extra point as DuQuoin has gone ahead 7-0.
DuQuoin converted 3 fourth-down plays on that drive. 22 plays.
I don't think I've done football a long time. I've never been involved in a game where there's a 22-play drive.
All right, so now after the penalty, DuQuoin will be kicking off inside of Illini West territory from the 45-yard line. And this kick right down the middle is going to line drive into the end zone, and Illini West will have to start from its 20-yard line.
Well, that allows you a lot of opportunities there. Do you go for onside kick? You can do something, pooch kick, do something. They elected to just kick it off, kick it through the end zone. As you see it, take a look at the scoring drive right there, and that is all correct, folks. 22 plays, 77 yards, and almost 8 minutes taken off the clock.
So now Illini West will have to answer. Remember, when they had the football the first time, they moved the ball effectively, but turned the ball over with a fumble, and that is when DuQuoin started the marathon drive. Here's a handoff. That's Stephen Flynn again, and the Indians haven't stopped Flynn yet. His 7th carry of the game, and he's close to another first down.
Well,
and he's going to have it.
He's got to be well rested. We're going to see the replay running right at you as you see Stephen Flynn getting tucked in there back behind those big offensive line, people knocking people around. And the thing I like about Flynn, the first bit of contact does not bring him down. He's been coached very well, run through that first contact.
Flynn already 69 yards on 7 carries for the senior fullback. This time it's going to be a handoff off the right side on an end around, and it is going to be a positive run. Running that time was Drake Schmudlock out of his wingback position, and Drake has another first down for Illini West.
16-yard gain on that play as Schmudlock is able to get on the outside on the corner. He's had 82 carries this year, Jim, for 820 yards, so he's a kid that's used to running the football.
And he's only a sophomore.
Wow.
We'll see that play again. Some good angles on that one. First down for the Chargers. This time they go back to Stephen Flynn. You look at all the running backs. These guys are so well coached. You see the running backs always carry out their fakes. Right. The quarterback always carries out his fakes. And so many times you see the opposing defense tackling a guy that doesn't have the ball.
Right. We talked about that in our 1A game. Lafferty, the quarterback, was 4 yards down the field. Now, I mean, you and I sometimes think he has the football. It's hard to find the ball, but they do a great job carrying out fakes.
You see Lafferty there last week in the comeback win over Oregon, passed for 190 yards in the second half. Handoff to the second back, trying to get off right tackle. And not much there. It's going to bring up a third down. Schmudlock with the carry again. 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Chargers from Illini West.
You know, DuQuoin's pretty big up front defensively. Seth Heap, 6 foot, 295. Corey Mifflin, 5'9", 180. Kyle Pearson, 6'2", 235. The other defensive end, Josh Cushman, 6'3", 235. Big up front.
Play action pass, Lafferty down the field, off the mark. Around the 30-yard line, would have easily been enough for a first down. The intended receiver was Zach Burling, who caught the game-winning touchdown pass last week against Oregon.
Well, Lafferty's shown he can throw the football a little bit. This one, he's just a little hyped up, overshoots the receiver by a yard or two. Look for them to get into a little more play action.
All right, so fourth down. And punt formation here for Illini West. The quarterback, Lafferty, also the punter. And he shanked it off the side of his foot. It's going to sail high into the air and then bounce out of bounds at the 31-yard line, a 20-yard punt. We're going to step aside with 7:31 to go, second quarter. DuQuoin has the lead and they have the ball. When we come back after this word from your local station. Coverage of today's game sponsored by Walgreens and Zero Cal Water. Walgreens is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast. Now we go down to the field where Scott Leber is standing by. Scott.
They've had some pretty good quarterbacks over the years at DuQuoin High School. You've seen A.J. Hill here tonight, and you've heard about his older brother, Nick. Well, back in 1968, a guy named Don Stanhouse was their starting quarterback. He passed for over 4,000 yards in an era when they really weren't slinging the ball around that much. Stanhouse went on, though, to become a standout Major League Baseball pitcher. He was an all-star one year. I'm told he's now down in Texas, living and working down there, maybe watching this game by satellite on the IHSA network. He was recently, though, back in DuQuoin this year as he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, Don Stanhouse. So some pretty good quarterback lineage going at this school. Jim?
Yeah, absolutely. There was not another quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards in a career at DuQuoin until Nick Hill did it when his career ended in 2002. Well, our key defensive player, Van Fleet, already has 8 tackles in this game for Illini West. We've got a timeout taken by DuQuoin here. Early, we are in the second quarter, and another timeout on the field, and we're going to step aside for another timeout with the Indians on top by 7. DuQuoin in the playoffs for an IHSA record 25th consecutive year. DuQuoin did not qualify for the IHSA playoffs until 1984. They've qualified every year since. 25 years in a row. That's incredible.
That's consistency, I would say.
Reed with the carry again to the 35. That was Reed's 9th carry of the game, and another third down. As you look at the playoff history there, Illini West only in its second year of existence.
Right.
Consolidation between Carthage and La Harpe.
Right. You know what, Al, talking to Al Martin before the game, he credits a lot of that consistency with he's able to retain assistant coaches. He doesn't have a lot of turnover there, as even we talked about Nick Hill came back to help out a little bit, his alma mater. That helps.
A.J. Hill is going to be sacked on third down. So the Charger defense steps up and forces a 3-and-out. And a punting situation for DuQuoin.
Well, that's one of those defensive changes that Jim Unruh's made right there. He knew he can't just sit around and watch A.J. Hill throw all over him. He brought both inside backers. They were able to get pressure on him, got the sack, forced the 4th down.
High snap, but the kick is away.
Wow.
And a good one. And they fake a reverse. On the return for DuQuoin is Lafferty, the quarterback. I believe that's who that was, and that is the case. And a solid return. It is a 44-yard punt and a 12-yard return for Michael Lafferty.
That was a nice catch. That's one that if it hits the ground, it's going to go over your head. Illini West, you're going to see right here. What a great view right here from the aerial camera. You're going to see the fake on the reverse. And he's about a block away from breaking this for a long one. He's going to run into one of his own players right there. It forces him to hold up. They're going to have great field position.
Good special teams play by the Chargers. Schmudlock off the right side, turns the corner. He's got room to run, and he's off to the races. It's a foot race, and it's going to result in a tackle inside the 30-yard line. Drake Schmudlock on a carry of 35 yards for the Chargers.
There you see Drake Schmudlock's statistics for the year. Nice season for him. You got to like that he's averaging 10 yards a carry. Good look at the replay. Once again, look at those linemen getting out in front of people, knocking people down. What a great effort right here from the backside, as you're going to see one of the linebackers come from nowhere to make that tackle.
Stephen Flynn back to the fullback to the 26. For Flynn, his 9th carry of the game. And you see the clock ticking down to the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Illini West, coached by Jim Unruh. Unruh, the longtime coach at Carthage before this consolidation that created Illini West. And Unruh in the title game for the 9th time. Has made the semifinals 9 times, and he's never lost a semifinal game.
Pretty nice record. What a great guy to talk to before the game, wasn't he? Both of these coaches we mentioned in the opening, just tremendous guys. Gave us everything we wanted. You talked to him on the phone a little bit, Jim. Just tremendous guys, and that's the reason they have such nice programs.
Play action, Lafferty, penalty flag comes in. Lafferty's going to run and breaks one tackle, breaks another. He's got the 15, he's got the 10 to the 5, dives towards the pylon. Marked out at the 1, but this might be coming back. There's a marker sitting back at the 28-yard line. Yeah,
when that's thrown by the referee right there, it's got to come back. It's got to be some kind of illegal motion, illegal shift.
This will be the second penalty of the game on Illini West. Our referee, Robert Smith from Centralia. There you see our crew here for the 3A game. And they've only thrown the flag twice so far.
That's right. Well, that's what we expected from two teams like this. Boy, big penalty right there for Illini West. They've really had this drive going well. Now they'll face second and about 12.
Schmudlock looking for room off the right side, and he's going to be thrown down. Nice defensive play, David Rose. Rose coming in out of his cornerback position and making the play in the backfield. Now it's 3rd and really long.
Well, that's what you have to do. You have to bottle it up inside, force those running backs to run east and west, and then you got to make sure that your outside linebackers and your corners are making tackles. Rose did a nice job there.
3rd down and 14. Ball is at the DuQuoin 33-yard line, inside of 4 minutes for the second quarter. Lafferty rolling right, the lefty fires deep down the field, and it's off the mark. It was intended for 23, Zach Burling, and 4th down, probably there's 3:46 to go. DuQuoin only has 1 timeout left. Go time here?
I think you have to go for it right here. That's a really tough throw, as you see in the replay for the quarterback. Left-handed quarterback rolling to the right, throwing back against the grain. That is a real tough throw. We were watching in the pregame. Lafferty's got a nice arm. I mean, they've got 3 left-handed quarterbacks on, so we really didn't know which one is he. And, once you saw him throw the football, Lafferty's got a nice arm.
Illini West is going to go. Lafferty on a straight drop. Looking, now flushed out. Lafferty fires it deep down the field. The ball is going to be tipped away and incomplete. Making the defensive play was Marcus Clary, and good job by Clary there of knocking that ball down and not picking it off, because he would have been out of bounds at like the 2.
I think he did that on purpose.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just
did.
good coaching. You saw the defensive coaches for DuQuoin yelling, probably telling that if it's an interception, let it go. Watch, this is an interception. He decides just knock it on the ground. That's just great coaching and a great job by the defense.
So instead of taking over inside of the 5, they're going to take over at the line of scrimmage, which was the 33.
It's a 30-yard pickup.
Bunch formation here. They're going to toss it off the right side to Reed, and Reed to about the 34-yard line. Not much on that run for Jamar Reed.
Well, Jamar's been struggling a little bit here the last couple series. He really was on fire that first series or two. He's not 9 carries for about 44, 45 yards in this football game.
Second and 9. Another bunch formation. You see it there at the bottom of your screen. Reed the single setback. Play action. Hill rolling left. Firing. Tough throw across the field, and it was intended once again for David Rose. Pass off the mark, and it'll be 3rd down and 9 here.
Yeah, good defense by Illini West. They didn't really bite on the hard toss sweep fake to the trips formation. They knew Hill was coming out to the left. Here's the replay right here. Everybody stayed at home. Defensive ends stayed outside, force Hill back inside. Good defense by Illini West.
Hill is 9 out of 14 through the air for 66 yards. He's also rushed for 21. DuQuoin 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Hill steps up and fires. It's high, and it's nearly picked off. And it'll be 4th down. Ball off the hands of David Rose inside of Illini West territory.
Now, this is just a little bit high for Rose. You've seen him make these catches all year. He's had a couple tonight go off his fingertips.
Rose, a 6-foot junior, showing some hops there. He got up pretty
Yes,
high
he did.
going after that one. The pass incomplete, and a punting situation. And DuQuoin will boot it away. And it's going to bounce and take an Illini West hop. Backwards a little bit. It'll be down by Cale Bastian. 24-yard punt is all. No return. So Illini West, Steve, has 3 timeouts and still 2:44 to work with in good field position.
That's right. Got a quarterback that can throw the football. I know they won't break out of the double wing, but look for a little bit of play action. As we've talked about it, Lafferty can throw the football.
See what they do here. They'll go with their double tight end offense, as they do 90% of the time. Double wings. Lafferty, the junior, hands off. Flynn spinning away. And Flynn is going to have a 1st down run as he gets inside of Indian territory.
Great block by Kane Sherman, as well as Travis Hobby, the left guard in the center right there. They're knocking people around. There's some beef you got to weed out of there, but they're doing a nice job pushing people around.
2.5 for the first half. 85 yards rushing already for Stephen Flynn. Lafferty rolling out, chased down by Dalton Morgan. Now Lafferty still trying to find room, and that was a lot of running for about a yard if they get some forward motion. How about Dalton Morgan out there playing for DuQuoin? You heard the studio crew talk about Dalton Morgan, the all-state tight end, defensive end for DuQuoin. And it is going to be a timeout here for Illini West. And you see number 30, Dalton Morgan, applying the pressure there. And
really, Lafferty had nowhere to run right there. Good job by DuQuoin staying at home, and Lafferty's going to take a couple hits here at the end of this run.
Dalton Morgan was injured. He suffered a torn trachea in the quarterfinal win against Decatur St. Teresa, a 14-10 DuQuoin win. Didn't know, as you see him right there kneeling down, he didn't really know that he was injured. They kind of noticed he was talking funny after the game. He went to the hospital. He was diagnosed with the torn trachea. He was out. They thought he was done with football, and that they thought he was going to miss some time during the basketball season as well. Well, the other day, Wednesday, 2 days ago, went to the doctor to find out, well, Doc, when am I going to be able to play basketball? When can I play basketball? Wasn't even talking about football. Doctor takes an x-ray, comes back and says, Dalton, you're healed.
You're ready
to go. You're fine. You're ready to go. And here he is playing in the state championship game. Again, an all-stater, Dalton Morgan.
Well, you can see the smile on Al Martin's face when we talked about that. You know, it's sigh of relief. I mean, he's a two-way starter for him, and very valuable as a defensive end. I mean, you know, they're throwing the ball a little bit more now, but Dalton's a great defensive end, and you have to have good end play when you're facing the double wing.
Illini West still with 2 timeouts remaining. They're up to the line of scrimmage for this 2nd and 8 play. And Stephen Flynn, the fullback, is going to be decked. Some hard hitting as he ran up the middle.
Wow, I think that was Kyle Paxson, number 56, 6'2", 235, and a senior, makes the first initial hit. There you see Kyle right there in your picture. Wasn't able to make the tackle, but certainly slowed it up.
The lights taking full effect here at Memorial Stadium in Champaign. As we approach the 5 o'clock hour, 3rd and 6. Lafferty wants to throw. Fires, he's got a man. First down and more. Stephen Flynn down the field making the catch. It's a first down for the Chargers. Lafferty with his first game.
Boy, I like the play call. Flynn is actually the player that they make the play action fake to. He just continued on in his motion, got out in the flat a little bit. Lafferty found him, huge first down.
1:25 and ticking for the 2nd quarter. Handoff coming to the near side. Making the run for Carthage is Mitchell Beals, and Beals not tackled until he gets around the 10-yard line. But there is a penalty flag on the play. There is a marker.
I think you're going to get a hold out here on the outside, or somebody went early. It looked like there was a hold out here by one of the wide receivers. Nope, you're going to get a legal shift, I believe.
We'll hear from Robert Smith here momentarily.
Got an illegal shift against the Orange. We'll repeat first down.
Boy, just the time you get something rolling here, you know, had the ball down about the 32-yard line. That play was going to take it down inside the 15, and now you're going to be backed up at about the 37.
Still 1:12 to go, 2nd quarter. Illini West with 2 timeouts.
Plenty of time on the clock.
Handoff up the middle, and not much there. That was Beals again. And trying to run it up the middle from the wingback position, and now we're looking at a 2nd and 15 call here for head coach Jim Unruh.
I know it's easy to see, but we saw from here, it looked like if Beals was able to see it and cut back to the right, he had a lot of green turf in front of him.
Clock continues to move. Play action. Lafferty fires over the middle, the ball deflected and then caught on the deflection. Making the catch, Jacob Schmudlock out of his end position. Jacob is the older brother of Drake, and on the deflection, the pass caught.
Well, here it is. You see Lafferty coming here. Tough throw once again, back against the grain. Nice job by Schmudlock coming back to the football as Illini West is going to be forced to use their 2nd timeout of the half. Great catch off the deflection. That ball had no business being caught.
In the right place at the right time, and you know, once the ball got past him, he didn't give up on the play. It was still, you know, paying attention. And we're going to have a 3rd and 5 call after this timeout, as Illini West now down to 1 timeout with 23 seconds to go. Now, it'd be interesting here out of this timeout. You know, maybe Steve, you take a shot at the end zone here on 3rd down.
Well, you still have a little time. You do have another timeout. They have the ball on the proper hash for a left-handed quarterback. I would look for something misdirection out here, maybe get Lafferty out here on some kind of a roll. But, you know, you can also, if you don't get the first down and you keep the balls in play, you can take another timeout. So look for some kind of play action coming this way, I would think.
Scores from earlier today, Triopia and Immaculate Conception already winning state titles. And here in 3A, DuQuoin on top 7-0, but Illini West trying for a score here at the end of the 2nd quarter. Here comes Beals to the near side. He's got the first down inside the 20.
That'll stop the clock.
They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and Illini West will get up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Mitchell Beals converts on 3rd and 5.
Well, Illini West is not going to use their timeout right here. First down stops the clock. Have an extra play called in the huddle.
Lafferty wants to throw on play action over the middle towards the end zone. The ball tipped up and incomplete. Clock stops with 6 seconds to go.
Boy, I think Lafferty saw the short receiver there. If he looks down the field a little bit, he had a backside end running wide open. I didn't get a chance to see who that was. You're going to see it maybe from the end zone here. Lafferty chooses to throw to the short receiver. Number 7 is wide open there, I believe. Wow.
And now, before this play with 6 seconds to go, Illini West will spend its final timeout. So this is it.
Right, it would be a 35-yard field goal, Jim, if you elected to kick the field goal here. You're going to basically get one play. I don't know if in 6 seconds you can throw it, 30-plus yards and get a second play out of it. So you either have to throw it to the end zone or kick the field goal.
Let's take a look at where DuQuoin and Illini West are located. Carthage, where the high school is located near the Mississippi River, around the Quincy area, and DuQuoin. Deep Southern Illinois, DuQuoin trying to become the first Southern Illinois team to win a state championship since that great Harrisburg team with Braden Jones and Kyle Smith-Peters all the way back in the year 2000.
Wow, hard to believe. There's a lot of great football played down that way. Hard to believe.
So 6 seconds left in the first half. Illini West is out of timeouts. 2nd and 10 from the DuQuoin 18. Boy, a big contingent of fans from both schools here. And obviously a huge play as Lafferty will go under center.
Well, if you want to throw it up, you've got Jacob Schmudlock, 6'3". See if they throw it up in the air to him.
They do throw, and it's intercepted. It is picked off by David Rose. Rose with room to run.
Now you got to make a tackle.
He's to the 40. Rose to midfield, cuts back, and he's going to be tackled at midfield. But David Rose, with the interception, returns it 42 yards as the first half has come to an end. An entertaining first half of football here in the Class 3A state championship game, and DuQuoin has a 7-0 lead, and Carthage, Illini West just misses. They get close, but they do not get in.
Right. They elected to actually throw to the sideline, try and get the clock to stop with 2 or 3 seconds left. DuQuoin was able to step in front of it and darn near ran the thing back.
Yeah, David Rose, that was scary.
Yes, it was.
If you're Jim Unruh and the coaching staff, I think your heart can leave your throat about right now, because it was a little scary there for a while. 7-0 is the score. DuQuoin with a 22-play, 77-yard touchdown drive for the only score of the game. All right, let's go down to the field, and Scott Lever is standing by. Scott.
With Coach Al Martin of DuQuoin. Coach, big stop there at the end by your defense.
Yeah, it came up with a big play. We had to have it stopped. The quarterback was scrambling, and he's been scrambling a little bit on us, but David came up with a big interception there at the end, and that had to have that.
You have the lead, but what are some concerns you have still?
Well, we've got to stop their run, and we've somehow got to stop the run and somehow contain their quarterback. So that's a big deal right there, stopping their run and at the same time get containment on their quarterback.
I like your 4th down conversion rate, 3 for 3 on that touchdown drive.
Well, so we're doing all right, but we've got to move the ball, find a way to move the ball a little bit, and hopefully can continue to get some first downs and eat up some clock and get some more points on the board.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way. That's Al Martin, and Jim, back to you.
All right, A.J. Hill's 1-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. That is the difference in this game. DuQuoin on top 7-0. We'll have more from Memorial Stadium in Champaign after this word from your local station.
The DuQuoin Indians marching band here at Memorial Stadium at the half of the 3A game. Boy, do we have a good one. 7-0 DuQuoin over Illini West. And we welcome you back to our studios here on the IHSA TV network and Memorial Stadium. I'm Dave Bernhardt, along with the head coaches of Sherrard High School, Jason Kirby, and all the way down at the end from Unity High School, Scott Hamilton. And Guys, I tell you what, we've been waiting for this game throughout the day, and boy, it is not disappointed.
Not at all. What a game. To me, it felt like DuQuoin had dominated the entire first half. You get the stats set in front of you, and it's like Scott said, it's a different show.
Yeah, I've been real impressed with the fullback from Carthage, Stephen Flynn. He's been a ton for him, and they had the fumble there on the midline. The quarterback pulled it, and he's made some good plays out on the edge, but it's a play here or there. DuQuoin's done a great job converting on third downs and fourth downs, and I know Coach Kirby doesn't always agree, but the gutsy call by Coach Martin on the fourth and short from the zone in.
You did not agree
at
all. Oh, you did?
I agree.
After the fact or before?
Always before.
Okay.
I'll go for it anytime on fourth down.
I thought it was gutsy. Hill's the difference. I mean, he's a great player, and I hadn't seen him play, and Coach, of course, had. But, man, on your own 50 or inside your own 50 in the state championship game, you know what you've got going. And I think maybe he might have checked to it because he was jerking on his shirt a little bit, but, man, that was a gutsy call.
Well, okay, so that was the first of the fourth down conversions. Then there were two more in that same drive. I mean, you talk about one of the most impressive drives we've ever seen in the state finals, 22 plays.
22 plays, ate up a lot of clock, and they did it a lot of different ways. And, from DuQuoin's perspective, they're an inch or two away from a couple balls being caught and maybe really breaking this thing open. And, from Carthage or Illini West look, there are a couple penalties away from maybe being tied up or even being in the lead.
Yeah. It's a different DuQuoin team than I'm used to seeing. Very diverse. A lot of different things they're doing. Pistol, shotgun, in the eye, a great number of things that they're doing. Must be difficult to prepare for.
22-play drive resulted in the only score of this game. When we come back, we'll take a look at the stats and our halftime highlights. This is the 3A championship game, and it finds the DuQuoin Indians on top of Illini West Chargers 7-0. As our halftime continues here at Memorial Stadium, it's time for the Chargers band from Illini West to take the field and entertain the crowd here in front of a very, very enthusiastic yet intense audience here for our 3A championship game. With Scott Hamilton, Jason Kirby, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Let's take a look at our Menards halftime stats. Save big money at Menards. And as both Jason and Scott were talking about, things may be a little bit more even than you may have suspected earlier on.
Yeah, the three penalties that Scott pointed out for 25 yards against Illini West, they were worth a lot more than 25 yards in terms of what it did dictating this game.
Yeah, 158 rush yards for Illini West. I think they're doing what they want to do on the ground. DuQuoin has been very balanced, 67 rush, 66 on the pass.
9 first downs apiece. Of course, that was part of a 77-yard drive for several of those first downs. And there are your fourth down conversions, 3 of those coming on the same drive. Time of possession, thanks to that 7-minute, 57-second drive, belongs to DuQuoin.
Yeah, I think that 22-play drive, with all those fourth downs and the conversions as we see there, and I think the 4 for 10 actually was a lot better than that early on after that drive. I think that but it'll be Carthage's ball coming out, and I think they're going to have to try to establish that run game in the big fullback some more and continue to pound it away. Flynn's got 86 yards in the first half and is off to a great start.
I'll be really interested to see the adjustments that DuQuoin makes to try and stop the run. They're not used to giving up that many run yards, and it'll be interesting to see if they commit more people to the run.
Yeah, they've been able so far to keep 7 guys in the box,
right.
Keep 4 guys back in the secondary to defend on the boot pass. It's Illini West makes a living off the boot pass, and they're able to keep those 4 guys back there to protect that. And I think as long as they can stay ahead and keep some control, I think they can continue to do that.
Oh, and Al Martin mentioned in just talking to Scott Leber as they went out, he said, we have to stop the run, we have to stop the pass. I think he's concerned about Michael Lafferty, the quarterback for Illini West.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see what they do, because I'm sure all through the course of the week after the end of last week's game, the film that they watched and what took place at the end of that game in terms of passing yards for 190 nearly in the second half, you have to keep those guys back, yet at the same time, this is Carthage, or Illini West Carthage. You're going to see the wing tee and running it.
Yeah, and, like I said, they've been very balanced. They've got, probably more yards if it wasn't for the few of the penalties, and I think that's what Coach Unruh is probably saying to his guys right now. Hey, we've had a couple plays that have really, penalties that have really pulled us away from what we're doing. let's get set, get off the ball, and continue to attack. And I think if they do, they're going to have a great shot at that another state title.
So then you're saying both coaches are going to the locker room actually feeling pretty good about where they're at in a 7-0 game.
I think so. I think Coach Unruh is probably frustrated because they haven't put points on the board. But I think, knowing this is a state championship game, he expected it to be a little more difficult than other games.
Yeah, and I think that from DuQuoin's standpoint, I think Coach Martin's probably thinking they're just an inch or two away here and there from from maybe even being up bigger. So I think that both teams have to be happy with their game plan, maybe just not quite happy enough with the way they've executed.
It's 7-0 DuQuoin at the half. We come back, we'll have those halftime highlights. It's the 3A championship game, and it's a good one. Those fans may be a little bit cool tonight in terms of the weather, but they're hot in terms of this game. 7-0 Indians over the Chargers. We're at the half. We're just awaiting the appearance of these two teams as they make their way back out in this Memorial Stadium turf. I'm Dave Bernhard. Glad you've joined us. Let's take a look at our Honda halftime highlights. Happy Honda Days from your local Honda dealers. And we talked about a fumble Carthage had early. This is it right here. The Chargers moving. This is Lafferty. He's going to get it popped out of there and jumping all over it. It's Jamar Reed. Reed with the fumble recovery to stop that drive. But then it starts a 77-yard drive, 22 plays, and it was capped off by our only touchdown of the night, A.J. Hill's 1-yard touchdown run for the 7-0 lead at the 9:35 mark. Then the final play of the first half, Illini West trying to make something happen near the 10-yard line. David Rose picks it off. So not only did Illini West fail to stop the clock in order to try to score, they were in danger here for a hot second here of Rose taking it all the way, and as he goes down, that's how our first half came to a close. 7-0 DuQuoin over Illini West. Jason Kirby and Scott Hamilton with me. Again, many times folks say the first few minutes of the second half will determine a lot of what's going to happen. Is that going to be true here in this game?
Yeah, I think so. I think Carthage is going to receive the kickoff here, and I think that they're going to go back to the fullback and try to keep some balance with the buck sweep to their two halfbacks and try to get down and get on the board here. And I think if DuQuoin can get away and not give up points and get the ball back, it'll be a good way for them to start, obviously.
I agree. I think also in terms of this game, so many times through the course of the season when you're at this level, touchdowns are what you look at. I think in the second half, first downs are what people are going to be working for. First downs are huge in the second half. With a game this close and the way that both teams are playing this particular game close to the vest, it's going to be important.
Well, and that's what happened on that long drive, because Illini West had been moving the ball and pounding the ball, and then all of a sudden almost 8 minutes of the clock were gone, and that kept the ball out of Illini West's hands.
Yeah, I think the one thing maybe to look for here is both teams seem to be just a little bit away from a huge play. The 50, 60, 70-yard touchdown score. Maybe one of those will come up here in the second half and give somebody a state title.
But don't you get the feeling these teams are so well coached? There's not going to be any major breakdowns, any major mistakes. They are so solid.
A lot of athletes on the field.
Yeah.
A counter gets popped for a touchdown. An out where somebody misses a tackle and it gets taken to the house.
Yeah, David Rose out in the David Rose on a seam route for DuQuoin up the seam, and I don't know that anybody will catch him if he catches the ball in stride. So,
well, in fact, I was going to ask each of you to pick a player that you might say, this guy could be the difference maker in the final 24 minutes. Anybody pop into your head?
I'll just go ahead and go with Rose then, the number 9, the junior from DuQuoin.
I'm going Lafferty, the quarterback from Illini West, on getting outside on the edge.
Let's go down to Scott Leber. We're going to be talking to some coaches. Scott?
Joining me right now, Coach James Unruh. And Coach, I know you're not happy with that 0 up on the scoreboard, but I think your offense has shown it can move the football here tonight.
Offensively, we've been moving the ball, I think, at times very, very well. We're just stopping ourselves, and you got to play a full 4-quarter game and get after it. So, it's nothing new for us.
That A.J. Hill something, it's kind of stuff. You've held them to one touchdown drive, though.
Well, it's been a, both teams' offense has taken a lot of time off the clock without getting scores, so we'll see what happens second half.
All right, Coach, good luck the rest of the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys?
Well, he is right. It is a 4-quarter game, and these coaches know all about it. 6 state championships between them, Al Martin and Jim Unruh, and we hear the crowd below us starting to come alive as these teams come back onto the field. The huge crowds have come here, the emotions, it's in check right now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've played enough that the emotions are in check on the field.
I think so, and those two guys have had so much experience at this level. They're conveying that to their kids. They're fine. They realize it's this big a game, but at the same time, they know how to put their kids in position to be successful in this sort of atmosphere.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing, my stomach's a little queasy right now. What a great one we have in 3A. Stay right there. We've got that kickoff getting it started. DuQuoin 7, Illini West nothing. Back with more, the IHSA TV network.
Thank you.
Back at Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Jim Spencer and Steve Mays back with you. There you see the third quarter score, 7-0 Indians on top of the Chargers. And Illini West is going to get the football first when we start the second half. And you look at yardage, and you just you don't see 7-0 DuQuoin, but so far Illini West just unable to complete the drives that they had.
Complete drives, exactly right. We talked about it off camera. You know, they've run the football. They've done some very nice things. Lafferty at quarterbacks, you know, made some completions. They just haven't been able to finish things. You know what? They'll see if they can change that here in the second half. They're going to get a chance, get the football. But you know, for a low-scoring game, 7-0, it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's been lots of big plays. You know, lots of exciting plays, lots of exciting action. There you see the keys for DuQuoin that we talked about coming in. You know, climb the hill. I mean, Hill's been a difference maker, 9 of 15 passing for 66, scored the only touchdown of the game. But, you know, they spread it around a little bit and, you know, doing some different things. But they have maintained a little bit of balance. They've been able to run the ball effectively.
Well, exactly right. Hill's been a major part of that, running the football. And then third and long, especially on that 22-play drive, they were able to convert not only on third and long, but fourth down as well.
And on the other side, frustrate Hill. I don't know about that if they've done that yet. He's still done some good things, but they've made it difficult for him to make some big plays. They want to control the clock and finish drives, and that last one there is the big key.
That's perfect. Exactly right. They have not been able to do that, but you know what? They have 24 minutes left in their football season. Let's see if they can do it here in the second half. Should be exciting.
It will be exciting, so pull up your lazy chair and stay with us. We've still got another game and a half yet to go today. And oh, by the way, we're back for 12 more hours of this excitement tomorrow with the 5, 6, 7, and 8A title games coming up here at Memorial Stadium tomorrow. There you see A.J. Hill warming up his left arm. He's going to watch his team on defense here first. And we're going to restart play. And it's a squib kick. Picked up and bobbled at about the 20. And the return will end up around the 30-yard line. That's where Illini West will take over 1st and 10. On the return for Illini West was Zach Burling.
Man, that's a hard kick to handle right there. That ball was kicked very hard, low to the ground, and you just knew it was going to pop it up. Burling did a nice job hanging onto the football.
Well, Zach Burling, 6'2", 160. His brother, Luke Burling, 6'5", 285.
Wow, little difference there.
Luke got all the size there in that equation. First down for the Chargers. Handoff, trying to get off the left side is Beals, and he does. Beals with a solid run as he dives out to the 40-yard line on the first play of the second half. As Carthage continues to run the ball effectively, they're averaging upwards of 7 yards per play.
Right, and this is the play they've had a success with. The wing back coming in motion right here. You see Beals out in front. Linemen downfield, blocking people, knocking people around. They've had success. They have not had a problem moving the football. They just can't complete it.
11 yards on the run for Beals. This time, it is going to be Stephen Flynn, the fullback, and Flynn 86 yards rushing in the first half. Picks up 7 in his first carry of the second half.
That's the play they try and establish early on in a drive. The little belly turnaround, hand it to Flynn. Quarterback reverses out, and then they'll start getting outside on you.
Lafferty takes the snap. Beals again. Beals dives into DuQuoin territory. He's got a first down. It was second and short, and Beals converts this run that you're going to see here again. into a Charger first down.
Yeah, obviously you're going to see they like to run to the left-handed side right here behind Kane Sherman, Ross Hudson, and Travis Wilson. They have found something over there on their left-handed side.
Big offensive line paying dividends for the Chargers.
4 straight plays.
And again, this one will end up around the 42. Pickup of about 3 yards. As we're in the early stages of the third quarter.
It's amazing. DuQuoin is big up front. We mentioned those guys in the early part of the first quarter. You know, Seth Heap, 295 over the nose right there. He's a hard guy to wedge out of there.
Beals again running left from his right wingback position. He's got another first down. And Mitch Beals continues to run the ball effectively. We've seen all 3 of the running backs with solid gains in this game.
All 5 plays in this half run to their left side on offense. Beals does a nice job. Let the lineman block for you out there. A lot of times running backs will run up on that guy too quickly. Guy can't make a block for you. Beals did a nice job. Let him throw his block, cut off of it.
Beals picked up 9 and a first down. Here's Stephen Flynn to the 31 before he's pushed back.
Boy, he was met by Colin Jones, wasn't he? The middle linebacker.
Yes, he was.
6 foot 230, a senior. He makes a lot of tackles in there.
There you see the sideline for DuQuoin. Trying to come up with some defensive pressure here to stop this Illini West ground attack. Beals again, breaking
nice
free. Beals inside the 10, wrestled down from behind at about the 7-yard line. Mitch Beals continues to make big plays to start the third quarter, a run of 23 yards for the junior.
Nice cutback by Beals. We'll see this from ground level. This you can kind of tell what he's seeing right here. Nice cut right there. DuQuoin had a hard flow to their right. Beals reads it, cuts back.
Illini West trying to get on the board. Handoff up the middle to the 4. Flynn got the carry there for the Chargers. It'll bring up a second down and goal to go call.
Just like that, Michael Beals has 62 yards rushing on only 6 carries. He's in a nice second half here so far.
Approaching the 9-minute mark of the third quarter. Ball inside the DuQuoin 5. Lafferty, the quarterback, brings Beals in motion. The ball's fumbled. The ball loose, and DuQuoin's on top of it. It happens to Illini West again. They move the ball effectively, and they come up empty. So with 8:50 left to go in the third quarter, it is going to be a timeout as we're going to step aside. We'll have more from Memorial Stadium after this word from your local stations. DuQuoin takes over near its own end zone. A.J. Hill's going to run out to about the 8-yard line, but Illini West with a solid drive that once again ends with a turnover. Second time that they've turned it over. They had only had 9 turnovers all season long coming into this game.
That was just one of those plays where the quarterback's actually trying to hand it to the second back through, hits it on his shoulder, ball's on the ground. DuQuoin very fortunate to fall on the football.
Illini West with a 7-play drive that ended with a fumble, and now a 9-play drive that ends with a fumble. Hill on the quarterback draw again. He's going to be hit and dropped.
Wow, I think that was Justin Graves right there, the defensive tackle for Illini West, put a huge hit on A.J. Hill. Watch this hit. See it really ground level right there. I think that's Kyle Hartzell, number 56, putting the hit on there. He's the senior leader there on the defensive line. Nice hit.
.740 and ticking for the third quarter. Big third down here for the Charger defense. Trying to force a punt. Hill fires, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Chris Corzett. A turnover on DuQuoin.
Oh, are they calling that an incompletion? I think he looked up and may have hit the ground. Oh, that was touchdown if he catches that football. A.J. Hill throws this football back behind the receiver. Defensive lineman got up in his face. If you catch that one.
It did come out.
Oh, that did come out. Could have been touchdown.
That was close. And as it is, the Indians are going to have to punt from their own end zone. Good defensive stop there by the Chargers. The punt was fumbled initially by Zach Burling, but he's able to cover it up. And it results in good field position for Illini West.
Yeah, their best starting field position of the evening. And let's see if they can get something going. I shouldn't say get something going. They've had something going. They just can't complete it.
7-17. For the third quarter, as there you get a look at Michael Lafferty, junior quarterback for the Chargers as he ducked in. Beals again, off the left side, turns the corner, breaks one tackle, then he's hit hard as he gets to the 35, and a late penalty flag is thrown in.
You know what that usually means. That's got to be some kind of face mask or something like that, or there could have been a hold at the end of the run. Let's see what the call is.
Again, Robert Smith is our referee for this game tonight.
Face mask, 5 yards. Against White. 3 feet first step.
So with the yardage,
we are going to
be a first down.
Taking a look at this on the replay. Let's see. It comes in very late from the back judge. Nice hit initially. Oh, yeah, you see the hand go in right there. Looked like number 23, Jamar Reed, got a hand on the face mask.
So first down and 1 after the penalty. And Flynn will surge forward and pick up that necessary yardage, and it'll be a first down for Illini West.
Flynn's been kind of quiet here lately. I know we're only about 8 minutes into the third quarter. You haven't heard much of his name being called. I would imagine you get a full dose of him on this drive.
First and 10 from the DuQuoin 25-yard line. From the double wing, it's going to be a keep for Lafferty. Lafferty around the left side to about the 22-yard line. Snappy third quarter so far. We're about halfway through it.
You know, Lafferty hasn't run the football a whole lot. That was only his second carry of the evening. He did carry the ball quite a bit, 79 times during the regular season.
Beals working left. He's got the corner. He's got the first down and then some. Up the sideline and finally pushed out of bounds on the far side by Dalton Morgan. But another first down run for Mitch Beals.
Boy, the patience that Mitch Beals is showing right here. I thought a couple times that he should have cut up right there. He should make a hard cut. He stayed with his lineman. He was able to take it down to about the 4-yard line. Nice run, good patience and good vision.
Inside of 6 minutes for the third. 83 yards for Beals, and a lot of it here in the second half. Flynn up the middle, dives down to about the 2. Last time that Illini West had the ball, they fumbled inside the 5.
Right.
Now they're at the 2.
This is what you're going to get a full dose of here when you're in the red zone. If you're Illini West, just turn around and hand it to your 215-pound, hard-running fullback, Stephen Flynn.
6th play of the drive. Flynn, touchdown Chargers. Stephen Flynn into the end zone. And the Chargers are within 1 on the 2-yard run by senior Stephen Flynn.
Well, this one he got a great push by Kane Sherman and Ross Hudson, his 2 offensive linemen to that side. Travis Wilson from the tight end, number 42 as well. Great job by that left side of the offensive line.
The swinging gate, or the ice box, is what Illini West will use for the conversion kick. It'll be Lafferty, the quarterback, also the kicker. Trying to tie it at 7. Straight on kick is up, and it knuckleballs through. We're tied 7-7. We're going to step aside for another timeout. DuQuoin will get the ball back after these words. 6 plays, 38 yards on the drive. 2-yard run by Stephen Flynn in the third quarter. Illini West with 100 yards rushing. They've run 15 plays so far in the quarter, and DuQuoin has run 3.
Right, exactly. That's what a ball control offense has to do right there.
So 7-7 is your score now. And the Chargers set to put it back in play.
Well, that's a great look right there, isn't it? That cameraman must be laying on the ground. That's outstanding.
And the ball bounces at the 12, and Reed will get a chance. He's got some speed. He's going to be hit and dropped. Good kick coverage. 10-yard return for Jamar Reed. And DuQuoin will try to get its mojo back on offense here, as we're now tied 7-7 with 5:13 to play in the third quarter. DuQuoin and Southern Illinois fans, WSIL TV Channel 3 is going to replay tonight's game at 12:30 a.m. That's on WSIL TV in Southern Illinois.
I would imagine there's a lot of people going to watch that game,
Setting
Jim.
the DVRs?
Yes, absolutely.
Getting ready to go. All right, and they've a good one. 7-7, Hill, play action. Firing the home run ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. Intended for Seth Flint. And the pass incomplete.
Well, they had the matchup they want. Seth Flint, the wide receiver, 6'3", defensive back Brett Cook is only 5'8", but A.J. Hill threw the football out of bounds.
And if you can't watch the game on television, no matter where you're at in the world, you can log on to foxjocks.com and watch it live on the internet. 2nd and 10. Hill fires again over the head of the intended receiver Marcus Clary, and now it's 3rd and 10. And Hill went down.
Wow, he took a huge hit right there. I'll tell you, Illini West front 4 is really getting a push right now, Jim. They are in the face of A.J. Hill.
You look at the score and you see 7-7 total yards right now. Illini West with 278 and DuQuoin with 137.
Well, if you're Illini West and you can stop them here, you're pretty much guaranteed good field position.
DuQuoin 4 of 11 on 3rd down. Hill flushed out of the pocket. Now fires down the field. Oh boy, nice catch down the field by his All-State tight end, Dalton Morgan, breaking free. And Dalton Morgan makes a big play, and he signals first down, and that's exactly what it is after a pickup of 36 yards.
Well, this is how a quarterback of A.J. Hill's caliber can break your heart. They had him pinned in. Defense did everything they could ask for. He scrambles out, finds his tight end down the field, and that is a very nice play and keeps a drive going for DuQuoin.
Do you think Dalton Morgan is happy that he went to the doctor on Wednesday?
He's got to be a little bit winded, I would imagine. He hasn't had much practice in the last, 7 to 10 days, but he showed a nice burst right there.
Play action, Hill steps up and fires off the hands of Dalton Morgan and nearly picked off on the deflection. That was a big play for DuQuoin. The 36-yard catch, as we see a replay of this one.
Right, I think he takes a hit from 15, Derek Van
12.
Fleet. Oh, that was actually number 12, I believe, Jess Holtzclaw. And coming up from his rover position, they don't call it strong safety, they call that a rover for Illini West.
All right, 2nd and 10 now. From the Illini West 41, from the pistol. Into the flat, right side. Rose makes the catch, fighting forward and close to first down yardage before he went out of bounds.
I don't think people realize how hard of a throw this is. I mean, this has got to be precision throw, because if you throw it back behind him, it's a lateral. That's a great throw out in front of Rose. Let him use his athleticism. You've got the receiver out there blocking. Watch this throw from the top. Just in perfect position where it's got to be thrown. And Rose is able to pick up a good solid 8 yards.
It is now 3rd and 1 for the Indians. From the Illini West 32, a good look at A.J. Hill. And Hill is going to keep it and dive forward, and he'll need a favorable spot here to have the first down.
Wow. That was quite a collision. I think that was Van Fleet coming in from his linebacker position, and he just took the fullback out as well.
All right, so another 4th down opportunity for DuQuoin. Remember, on their 22-play touchdown drive, they converted on 4th down 3 times.
Right.
They're 3 for 4 for the game, and now it's 4th and 1 from the Charger 32. Hill with an empty backfield. He's going to keep it, fighting forward, and I don't know.
Well, they gave him the second
yes,
burst,
they did.
I think,
He
Jim.
got a little bit of a second burst, and he got enough. Good job. Good toughness there by A.J. Hill to stick with it.
Right. He was initially stopped right about the first down marker. Got a second surge and is able to pick it up. Good look here from high above Memorial Stadium. You're going to see the initial burst. He's stuck, but he was able to spin out of there. Nice play by A.J. Hill.
From the 29 now, in Charger territory, and we've got a whistle and a timeout for DuQuoin. 7-7 as Illini West has gotten on the board here in the 3rd quarter to tie it up after DuQuoin led 7-0 at the halftime break. A.J. Hill will go talk to his head coach, Al Martin. Martin, a graduate of DuQuoin.
Right.
From the class of 1972. He played for head coach Bob Carnes during his playing time and was an assistant coach for 7 years, now in his 21st year as the head coach. Over the last 41 years, DuQuoin has had 2 head coaches.
2 coaches, right.
Bob Carnes for 20 years and Al Martin for the last 21.
I don't think they're keeping their assistant coaches that long, but there is a lot of consistency. We talked about that in the first half. That does help. You know, and a lot of these guys are talking to kids in the community, and you know, down there, everybody wants to play for DuQuoin football.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, we'll be on the air here on most of these same IHSA television network stations at 10 o'clock Central Time. Metamora and Wheaton St. Francis, the Redbirds, going for back-to-back state titles. And then the 6A game has Lamont back in the title game after they lost to Joliet Catholic last year. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Spread offense here. Hill, screen pass, off the hands of Reed, the intended receiver in the right flat. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, that's when it's nice to have speed at the linebacker position, as Carl Hartwig, actually from his end position, made a nice read and went right out to the flat and put a nice lick on the receiver.
Hill is now 11 of 22 passing for 111 yards. He'll operate from the pistol here. And he's going to keep it, faked to his running back and kept it and didn't get much. So 3rd down and long again for the Indians.
You know, I've noticed what DuQuoin's doing a little bit, Jim. They're almost going to an unbalanced formation. They have a tight end and then 2 receivers, or you can call it a strong formation. And it most often of the time is to A.J. Hill's left-hand side, the side he likes to run to. And it gives them that extra blocker there at tight end, especially when they go with 3 receivers.
You saw the Indians, there you see it right there, 5 of 13 on 3rd down. They're in 4-down territory right now. Hill fires into the flat, he's got a man. It's caught by David Rose, and David Rose spinning inside the 20. He'll be marked at the 17-yard line, and that will be an Indian 1st down.
You know what I've noticed about David Rose? He doesn't like to run out of bounds, does he? And he'll take a hit and keep coming at you. This is one he could have easily run out of bounds right there. Now he just lowers his shoulder and tries to run people over. That's when you can take some really big hits. Nice throw, again, by A.J. Hill.
So another big play in the passing game. You had the big pass to Dalton Morgan, and now a 3rd and 10 conversion there. 11th play of the drive upcoming. Hill wants to throw again. Over the middle, end zone, off the hands of Rose and incomplete. That would have been 6. It probably should have been 6.
Wow, we've seen a couple of these today. This is a perfectly thrown football. You see A.J. Hill looking off the free safety. He comes back to David Rose. That one you have to catch right there. Great throw. over the top. Would have been a tough catch. Over the shoulders, always a tough catch. But David Rose is going to make that catch more often than not.
2nd and 10. You see the numbers on Rose in this game. 2nd and 10 from the 17. Play action. Hill fires. He's got Morgan at the 10. Dalton Morgan's got a first down around the 5-yard line as the Indians from DuQuoin trying to retake the lead here in the Class 3A state championship game.
All of a sudden, we didn't hear really a whole lot from Dalton Morgan in the first half. A.J. Hill starting to find him a little bit, as you see on a drag route. Dalton coming across the middle right there. And I'll tell you, what a nice block from the wide receiver. This would become a very physical football game. And I've noticed Illini West front 5 getting a little tired right now. It's tiring when your quarterback's back there in the shotgun and you got to rush the passer every single play.
1st and goal from the 5. It's going to be Hill on the keeper, cuts back, dives forward, and he's going to be just short. That was close, but Hill knocked down inside the 1. I don't think the DuQuoin fans like the spot.
No, you can hear the DuQuoin fans in the background right here with extra effort. You think Nick Hill, or actually A.J. Hill gets in, but he doesn't. Watch where the point of the football is. As he spins backwards, the ball is actually, when he's down, it's not past the goal line.
Inside the 1. There you see how close the Indians are to retaking the lead from the pistol formation. It is going to be A.J. Hill fighting and not getting in. He's pushed back. A swarm of Charger defenders turn him away.
He's actually going to lose about a half a yard right there.
Inside of a minute for the 3rd quarter. It was 1st and goal at the 5. Now it is 3rd and goal, and Hill, well, I thought for a moment there he looked like he was a little gimpy, but
right.
He's okay now.
Well, if you had 17 rushes for only 29 yards, you're taking some hits as well.
He certainly is.
I would imagine he's a little bit banged up.
Nice close shot there for you. Hill under pressure immediately has to get rid of it, and he threw it away, and it was nearly intercepted. Now it's 4th down and goal to go.
Wow, that was almost picked off. I think that was Carl Hartwig that Hill almost throws the football here to. I think they were trying to run a little flat route out here, as that was number 56, Kyle Hartzell, the defensive tackle, who made a great play.
Hartzell, an all-stater, knocking that ball down, and oh boy is this big in the state championship game. 4th and goal from the Charger 1.
This is how it should be right here.
Hill, end zone, touchdown! David Rose dropped one earlier, but he caught that one on 4th down. 2nd time that he's made a big catch on 4th down in this game.
He's got that right. Well, this one he runs a little bit of a smash route. He's going to crack back on the wide receiver or the linebacker, and then goes back out to the flat. A.J. Hill did a nice job looking off and then finding David Rose.
So the extra point kick upcoming from Nick Baskin, and it is good. And DuQuoin is answered back in the waning seconds of the 3rd quarter. The Indians retake the lead. It's 14-7, Indians on top.
Here's the touchdown again. A.J. Hill, just a short little throw. That's just playing pitch and catch as Rose able to get into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight.
Well, you have to feel good for Rose. What an up and down game he's had.
Yeah.
He's dropped a couple, but he's made a couple of huge ones as well.
That's right. But I'll tell you, he's tough. He's tough as nails. He just keeps getting up, and you like kids like that. He's going to come back and make plays for you.
The red-clad DuQuoin fans, hey, they see they're on TV. They just saw their team march 77 yards in 16 plays. So 2 77-yard drives for touchdowns for DuQuoin. 1 of 22 yards and 1 of 16 plays.
Yeah,
1 of 22 plays and 1 of 16 plays.
2 drives basically take up a quarter, about 12 minutes off the clock.
Beals on the return. Beals out across the 35 to the 36 before he's wrapped up. 21-yard return for Mitch. 10 seconds to go 3rd quarter, and Illini West will take over. We've got a dandy here. We thought we would.
Yep, right. You hate to even mention that in the pregame.
Yeah.
You know, on paper, this is how this game should have been, but you never know. I mean, these are 17 and 18-year-old young men. A lot of things are going through their head, but both of these teams have risen to the occasion and played a whale of a football game.
Lafferty under center. It's going to be Beals. Again, he's been the workhorse here in the second half, and he's going to be pushed back. Dalton Morgan, he's playing awfully well offensively and defensively right now for the Indians.
Yeah, he's found an extra gear.
And that is going to do it for an exciting third quarter here at Memorial Stadium in Champaign. We'll be back for fourth quarter action between Illini West and DuQuoin. There you see the score. 12 minutes to go for the 3A title. We're back after this word from your local station. Yes, now let's go down to the field where our friend Scott Leber is standing by.
Jim, you and Steve were talking earlier about Dalton Morgan, who is coming off that torn trachea a couple of weeks ago in the quarterfinals. This is his mother, Karen. What have the last 2 weeks been like for you guys, not knowing if your son was going to be able to play at all again?
Pretty anxious. Dalton was really down and out about not getting to play. So Wednesday when we found out he could play, he was just so excited.
Did you have any reservations about letting him go out here today?
None at all. He had told me all week long this was his dream. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to let him play, and that's what we were going to do.
Well, he's number 30. He made a big catch on that last touchdown drive for DuQuoin, and he just made a big tackle moments ago, so he's doing well, guys.
All right, thank you. It's good to see Dalton Morgan doing well, and Stephen Flynn continues to do well. On the first play out of the quarter break, a 15-yard run for Flynn, and Illini West near midfield. Schmudlock gets a carry. They were running the other direction a lot in the third quarter,
right.
And now to the right with Schmudlock, and he gets positive yardage. And they're using the entire arsenal with their three running backs.
They have to, absolutely. They wore out the left side there in the third quarter. I think every play but two were to their left side.
Second down and 6. Flynn, the fullback. Tough yardage. Boy, is he hard to bring down. Not stopped till he gets to the 39.
Wow. He had two people just draped all over him. One of them, Kyle Paxson, 6'2", 235. Seth Heap was the other one, 6 foot 295. Watch the desire by your fullback right here. This is how you run the football. Do not get tackled by the first person. Run through people. Great job by Stephen Flynn.
128 yards for Flynn. He gets another carry here, and he's used to being the workhorse. He's had games where he's carried 35 times and 37 times.
Right.
He got 2 there to bring up, make it 3. 2nd and 7. There's another shot of Dalton Morgan.
You know, we talked to Jim Unruh before the game, and we asked him, Coach, are you on a headset? How are you calling these plays? He just does it by feel. He doesn't have a headset on. Coaches come up and recommend things, but he does a lot of his play calling by feel.
Here comes Beals, and this time he's going to be strung out and dropped. Loss on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and long here for head coach Jim Unruh and the Chargers.
Well, this one, DuQuoin is able to finally string it out a little bit. You got to get your defensive ends to stay outside. Both defensive ends stayed outside and made a nice play, and then that's how you tackle, gang tackle. Had 5 or 6 white shirts on the football.
3rd down and 10 after the loss of 3. Lafferty wants to throw. Fires over the middle. Got a man wide open, and it's off his hands and incomplete. The intended receiver was Drake Schmudlock, and he just missed on that one. Wow. Stephen Flynn with 130 yards rushing in the game. Flynn with 130 yards rushing, and DuQuoin with 79.
Wow. Lafferty puts that one right on the numbers. Might have been just a little bit high, but that ball should be down inside the 20-yard line, Jim.
Schmudlock was wide open. And now, after the miss on 3rd down, Lafferty will punt it away. Nice high kick. Fair catch is called for, and the fair catch is made by Seth Flint. And DuQuoin up 7 will take over. We'll be back after this timeout. Beautiful downtown Champaign on a Friday night. We'll come back to Memorial Stadium. DuQuoin has the ball and the lead at 14-7. And a reminder to fans in DuQuoin and in the Southern Illinois area, WSIL TV Channel 3 is going to replay tonight's game beginning at 12:30. 12:30 in the morning. All right, so get your DVRs ready. And AJ Hill.
We knew we were going to do that a couple times. I know I have. I see Nick down there on the field, but that was AJ Hill. Good look at AJ right there.
Derek Van Fleet leading the Illini West defense. He's got 12 tackles. After that run there, AJ Hill with 40 tough yards on the ground. He picked up 7 there, 2nd and 3. He's gonna run it again, up the middle, first down and more. AJ Hill stopped just shy of the 30. Quick quarterback draw, AJ Hill right up the middle, and boy, DuQuoin has had long drives already, a 22-play drive, a 16-play drive. They'd like to run some clock here, up 14-7.
Well, and what do you do when it's this late in the football game, less than 9 minutes to go? Put the ball in your playmakers, and AJ Hill is that for DuQuoin, as you saw him pick up another first down.
And the snap to Hill, and Hill's going to keep it again, and he gets out to about the 31-yard line. I asked Coach Martin to compare Nick Hill, when he played quarterback here, to AJ Hill, and Coach Martin says that AJ is a much more polished quarterback than Nick Hill was in high school.
At this age, right.
That's because Nick was more of a basketball player, was an all-state basketball player.
Right.
And Nick actually went to Western Kentucky on a basketball scholarship before coming back into Illinois and starring on the football field for the Salukis under Coach Jerry Kill. Time of possession almost 21 minutes for DuQuoin. Pass over the middle, over the head of David Rose, and incomplete. And it's 3rd and 9. The clock stops with 7:52 left in the 4th quarter.
Wow, you're going to see AJ Hill get a lot of pressure. Look at the backers coming right there. Derek Van Fleet, the leader of that defense for Illini West, just huge hit on AJ Hill. That's going to be one sore young man after this football game.
Well, DuQuoin is 6 of 15 on 3rd down in this game. 3rd and 9 here as they look to keep the football. Hill from the pistol. Rolling near side, fires, and he's got a man. It's Clary at the 35, and it's not going to be enough for the first down. I'm sorry, Seth Flint. Seth Flint made the catch, and not Marcus Clary. So 4th down, a punting situation for the Indians.
Yeah, this is one we're going to see in the replay. As a head coach of DuQuoin, you're yelling at your receiver, stay in bounds right there. Clary could have gone down, elects to step out. That's going to stop the clock and help Illini West.
So DuQuoin will give it back. Nick Baskin to punt it away. It's a line drive kick, and it's going to be picked up by Schmudlock, and they run a reverse to Lafferty. Lafferty looking for the corner off the right side, and pretty good kick coverage there. And boy, Al Martin was petrified of those sorts of things that Illini West likes to do in the special teams game. They run reverses and all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of crazy things, right?
All right, we'll be back for more here in the 4th quarter at Memorial Stadium after this word from your local stations. All right, our defensive play of the game brought to you by the Illinois National Guard. The interception.
That's right before the end of the first half.
Well, David Rose with the pick there, and he nearly took it for a pick 6.
He really did.
Was finally tackled at midfield to end the first half. 7:33 on the 4th quarter clock. Stephen Flynn carries the pile to midfield before he's brought down.
Picks up another 12. That's going to put him near the 142, 143 range right there. And Flynn had a chance to dodge a defender there. No, he just decided, I'm lowering my shoulder and running people over.
22 carries, 142 yards for Stephen Flynn. Schmudlock off the right side, spinning forward, short gain on the play. And before the 2nd down play, let's go down to the field for Scott Lever. Scott.
Well, guys, even though the conditions tonight, weather-wise, are moderate compared to past years, they have brought several heaters down here on the sideline that some of the players have been taking advantage of. But right now, that wind that we had swirling around earlier in the day, it's almost come to a standstill down here on the field. You can't feel it at all. So weather right now is not a factor. Ideal conditions to settle a state championship.
6:45 and counting. Flynn bounces off of right tackle and down to about the 42. Is going to be a little bit short of the first down. 3rd and short will be coming up for Illini West.
Scott's got the right idea, doesn't he, there? Doing a report on the sideline heaters. That's where I'd be standing. And when I go down for the 4A game, I'm going to try and find a couple of those. I hope we brought those.
3rd down and 2 for the Chargers. Double tights and double wings. Why not give it to your workhorse? And he's got the first down, Stephen Flynn. With that conversion, Illini West is now 3 of 6 on 3rd down.
Yep, just a little belly. Quarterback's going to reverse pivot right there. Stephen Flynn. Look at the good surge by the offensive line. Putting another defensive lineman on their back. I believe that block right there, well, I couldn't really see the number. It looked like 57, Luke Burling.
Illini West now over 300 yards rushing in the game, 308. And it is going to be Lafferty on the belly keep off the right side. He's wrapped up as he got inside the 35. We're going to mark him down around the 33. Pickup of about 4 yards there. A staple of any wing tee.
Right, that's a tough play.
The belly series, yeah.
Oh, you got the fullback coming at you, you got the wing back. I'm not sure if they give the quarterback their option to read there, but it almost looks like he pulled that one and decided to keep it. It's a good decision on his part.
2nd and 6. Flynn up the middle, room to run.
Touchdown.
Stephen Flynn is going to take it to the house. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, a run of 33 yards. No penalty flags on the play, and Illini West has come back once again.
Isn't it amazing what you go back to? You go back to your bread and butter. I mean, there is nothing fancy about this play at all. I mean, it is a simple, basic trap. DuQuoin's watched this 1,000 times on film, but it is so hard to stop.
All right, let's see if Illini West will do anything funky here on the conversion as they swing the gate from the left to the right now, and Lafferty will try to add the conversion kick to tie this game up with 5:12 left in the 4th quarter.
Blocked.
And it is blocked. It's no good. It is no good.
Jamar Reed, I think, got a hand on that, number 23. What a nice block. Came in untouched.
All right, so DuQuoin maintains the lead. It's 14-13. And we'll have more from Memorial Stadium in Champaign as you see Stephen Flynn take it to the... It's now time for our Buick Pontiac GMC Drive of the Game. Now is the time of the year to get great model year-end deals on our fuel-efficient cars, trucks, and SUVs. See your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer. Stephen Flynn with the 33-yard touchdown drive of the game for Illini West.
Boy, you hate to see a game like this decided on a missed extra point or a blocked extra point. DuQuoin is going to get the ball back. 5:12 left here in this football game. Man, they're going to have to take care of the football. Let's see if Illini West decides to do something on the kickoff.
Gage Johnson, there you see him, number 74, has it teed up. DuQuoin on top, 14-13 after blocking the extra point kick from Michael Lafferty. He's going to kick it deep. And it's going to be Rose from the 20. Rose to the 30, tries to stiff arm a man, and he's tackled out of bounds around the 32-yard line. Let's take a look at the blocked extra point again. 13-yard return there for Rose.
Yeah, this is Jamar Reed. You're going to see him come flying by your screen, number 23. He got in here untouched. Gets his left hand out there. Wow.
He almost caught it.
Yeah, he did. He really did. He had to come from a long way. That's the guy you can't really block. I mean, it's not that anybody missed an assignment. You just can't block him. He's just too quick. He got there and blocked it.
All right. Illini West has all 3 timeouts left. DuQuoin takes over after, you see the scoring drive there for Illini West. Now DuQuoin takes over, leading 14-13. First and 10 from their own 32. Hill looking to throw, and he does. He's got a man, making a move. Dalton Morgan. I'm sorry, not Dalton Morgan, that was 10, Seth Flint. Seth Flint making the catch, and picked up about 7 yards to make it 2nd and 3.
Well, there's a good play right there by the senior, staying in bounds as A.J. Hill once again rolling to his left. Very conservative route right there, Jim. He's just running down 7 steps, stopping and turning around, timing route, did a nice job.
Sets up a 2nd and short here for the Indians. Clock ticking here in the 4th quarter. Hill's gonna keep it. Running up the middle, he's not gonna get the first down. He's wrapped up at the 40. He's a couple of yards short.
Man, you could hear that pop from here.
This has been a hard-hitting,
it has,
exciting game. And Stephen Flynn, after that long touchdown run, now up to 180 yards rushing. There you see Hill on the ground, 22 carries for 50 yards, and he's taking a beating on those 22 carries. Big 3rd down. DuQuoin 6 of 16 on 3rd down in this state championship game. Hill rolling out under pressure, and he's going to be sacked.
Looked like Van Fleet again.
Yeah, Derek Van Fleet out of his linebacker position, making a huge defensive play, sacking Hill for a loss, and the punting unit comes on.
Well, there's a reason why we picked him as our defensive key player right there. Got a tremendous motor. We talked about that in the opening, and he's able to run A.J. Hill down from the backside, almost caused a turnover.
So Nick Baskin on to punt. Last time on the return, Illini West ran a reverse. Good kick, fair catch called for and made as Burling goes to a knee after a 33-yard punt, no return, and down by 1. Illini West takes over with 2:58 left to play in the 4th quarter.
Well, what more could you ask for, Jim? You've got all 3 timeouts. You can stop the clock when you need to. Not that this offense is a high-powered passing game. They're going to stay with what brought them here, but look for a little bit of play action. Plenty of time on the clock at 2:58.
Last time Illini West had the ball, they marched 62 yards for a touchdown, but missed the extra point. Flynn with another carry, his 25th of the game. Short yardage on the play. 3-yard run, 2nd and 7. That will be the call for Coach Jim Unruh and company. Clock continues to tick here in the 4th quarter. Junior quarterback Michael Lafferty under center. And he's rolling out play action under pressure, gets by Morgan. Lafferty's gonna run, and he's gonna be wrapped up near the line of scrimmage.
Boy, Dalton Morgan there for DuQuoin, causing all kinds of problems from his defensive end. He almost was able to sack Lafferty. You see he doesn't bite on the fake from his defensive end position, 30 right in the face of the quarterback. Lafferty does a nice job just lowering the shoulder and going. Boy, this is getting serious here, Jim. 2 minutes left.
Huge 3rd down and 6. Lafferty wants to throw. The lefty fires, and he's got a man. 1st down and more. Making the catch, Zach Burling. He stepped out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Last week it was Burling making a touchdown catch with 13 seconds left to go to get Illini West into this title game here on 3rd and 6, a big 18-yard catch to keep the drive alive.
Nice job. I know the receiver was trying to get upfield to get some more yards, but this almost helps them by getting out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Illini West has all 3 timeouts. It's Flynn breaking free. Flynn bullying his way inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Another 1st down run for Stephen Flynn.
Boy, Seth Flint, number 10, from his defensive back position, is going to see what it's like to try and tackle a 215-pound fullback. You better wrap up or hit him low in the legs.
Inside of 90 seconds to go in the state title game. Flynn again up the middle. Flynn inside the 25 to the 23.
Well, now's when you got to get the plays in, obviously, quickly. You see the clock on your screen, 1:13 left.
2nd down and 3. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Lafferty brings the man in motion. Flynn through a big hole up the middle, inside the 20, down to about the 18, and that should be enough for a first down. They'll stop the clock here to check this out.
Well, what I've noticed is the offense is running away from Dalton Morgan. Wherever he's lining up on defense, they're running away from him, as Flynn is just running over people.
Over 200 yards rushing for Stephen Flynn. There you see it on your screen. First down. Clock ticking, 45 seconds to go. Flynn with the carry again.
Well, you got to call timeout here. Ball's in the middle of the field. They'll use their first timeout, I believe, Jim.
And you are correct. 35 precious seconds to go in the state championship game, with DuQuoin clinging to a 14-13 lead.
Well, you're down 1 because your kicker missed an extra point. You know, you're thinking if we don't get this, you know, we might have to kick a field goal. I tell you what, this is great high school football.
And this has been a great one, and there you see, if you'd like to order a copy of this game, you can go to gametapes.com. And if you order soon, you can have it in time for Christmas.
That's right. That's right.
Gametapes.com. All right. You look at the numbers. Total yards, Carthage 417, DuQuoin 236. And the number of plays run in this game for both teams is now at 125. That establishes a new record for Class 3A, breaking the old record set between Herscher and DuQuoin back in 1988. A game won by DuQuoin in Al Martin's first year as head coach.
Absolutely. Now this is a great piece of the football game right here. Let's see if they decide to roll Lafferty out a little bit here to the left-hand side. Watch for one of those really good tight ends that he has.
Well, Flynn has put this team on his back right now. He's going to get the carry again. He stopped immediately up the middle, and let's see if Illini West will burn another timeout.
I think that's the quickest Jim Unruh has ever moved. He was out at the official at about the 20-yard line on the dead sprint, calling the timeout.
31 seconds to go as Illini West burns its second timeout. Boy, Carthage with 23 first downs, Illini West with 23 first downs compared to 14 for DuQuoin. You know, they've dominated in terms of yards, but right here at this part of the game, this red zone offense is where Illini West has come up short a couple of times, and wait, down by 1 here. That's where those missed opportunities really hurt.
Right. I would watch here. Watch for one of the tight ends. Jacob Schmudlack, he's 6'3", 205. The other tight end on the other side, Travis Wilson, 6'4", 190. They've got a little bit of advantage. I'm still thinking they've got to roll Lafferty out a little bit, find one of the tight ends, throw it up, see what happens.
Well, last week, Illini West won with 13 seconds to go against Oregon, rallying from 23 to 6 down to win 27-23, and now they're faced with 3rd and 5 from the DuQuoin 13-yard line with 31 ticks in the fourth quarter. 31 ticks to go. And whistles before the play gets going. Let's see what this is. Too many men on the field,
well,
maybe?
The official's counting them all out.
Yes.
He is going to throw the flag.
Wow.
Out. Illegal substitution. Orange. Repeat 3rd down.
Ooh, I do count 12 people.
Wow, out of a timeout.
Wow, that will drive you crazy. That's not loss of down, though, I don't think.
No, it's not. That's not illegal participation.
Correct, correct.
That was an illegal substitution. And don't forget, fans in Southern Illinois, in DuQuoin and the Southern Illinois area. WSIL TV 3 will be replaying this game in its entirety beginning at 12:30 in the morning. 3rd and 10. Lafferty wants to throw. Under pressure, fires towards the end zone.
What a
it's
throw.
Caught. Touchdown! It's a touchdown for Illini West. Making the catch, Jacob Schmudlock.
I just saw that coming, Jim. I've seen it. It's been wide open. Lafferty's underthrown it 2 or 3 times today. What a great throw. Great catch. Number 7, Jacob Schmudlock gets in the end zone. You can see ran a deep post route or deep flag and was able to get both feet in bounds, and a great throw by Michael Lafferty.
29 seconds left. 18-yard touchdown pass. Lafferty to Schmudlock. And Illini West on top by 5, and they're going to go for 2 here. 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the drive, 9 plays, 66 yards for the drive that gave them the lead. Throwing again, it's caught again. This time it is the other Schmudlock. I'm sorry, no, Zach Burling, 23 making the catch. I thought it was 20 there for a moment. I apologize for the mistake, but it's a 2-point conversion that is good, and Illini West now with a 21-14 lead.
That's right, they run the misdirection here. You see the fake and the trap right there. Lafferty gets the ball out quickly, and that's an easy reception. Wow, what a change in this whole football game. As you thought, DuQuoin had their hands wrapped around this game, and then the next thing you know, Illini West makes a couple huge plays back in the football game, and now with 25 seconds left to go in the game, we've got a 21-14 game, Illini West.
Well, DuQuoin with really long touchdown drives in this game. Illini West with a minute 58 drive, a 2-minute and 21-second drive, and a 2-minute and 33-second drive.
Right.
Quick strike offense, and the Chargers now have the lead.
Well, I'm keeping the football out of the hands of that young man right there, Jamar Reed. I would imagine this ball's got to be on the ground and away from number 23.
25 seconds to go. DuQuoin has 2 timeouts remaining, and they trail by 7 here in the state championship game. Illini West has rallied with 2 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter. A long run by Stephen Flynn, and now the pass to Schmudlock. And here's a kick that's loose, almost an onside kick looking. It was a short squib kick, but DuQuoin is going to be able to cover it up here and take possession with pretty good field position.
Right, be about the 41-yard line. Let's see if the senior AJ Hill, can get them into the end zone.
And there's your scoring drive that gave the Chargers the lead. Jacob Schmudlock on the receiving end of that pass from Michael Lafferty. Now the Indians will try to mount a miracle drive here. Again, they have 2 timeouts remaining, 22 seconds on the clock. Hill steps up, fires down the middle. The ball is going to be intercepted. It's picked off by Illini West, and the Chargers take over, leading 23-21. It's Zach Burling who got the pick. Guess what? Against Oregon, he also intercepted a pass at the end of the game to preserve that win.
You know what I noticed? Every time that Hill had pressure in his face, he had to short arm it a little bit. He couldn't put all the mustard he needed on that. That way the ball comes up a little bit short, and your free safety sitting right there in the middle of the field.
And good awareness there by Burling, saying, hey, I'm not going to get tagged and fumble. I'm going to go down, and we'll take over and try to run out the clock here. 15 seconds to go. And Lafferty will take a knee, and let's see if DuQuoin will burn timeouts here. They have 2, and at this point it does not look like they're going to.
I don't think Al Martin will.
And the clock ticking down. It's at 3, it's at 2, it is at 1, and the Chargers of Illini West celebrate the Class 3A state championship with a come-from-behind victory here in the 4th quarter. Holy cow.
Wow. I mean, this game had so many twists and turns, it's amazing. I mentioned earlier, it seemed like, DuQuoin had this game, had their hands around it. I'll tell you what, Illini West, give them all the credit in the world. They hung in there. You knew that's kind of what Jim Unruh, we talked about with him pregame. We just have to hang in there. We have to stay close. We can't get two scores behind. They didn't do that. They did a great job. What a huge win for Illini West.
Well, Jake Schmudlock now joins the likes of Eric Houston. Eric Houston caught the winning touchdown for Carthage back in 1998 at Hancock Stadium at ISU to beat Newman in the final seconds, and Schmudlock with his touchdown reception with inside of 30 seconds to go, and this one gives the Chargers the 21-14 victory.
Great football game. One of the better games we've done in the last 4 or 5 years. Outstanding. On paper, it looked like this, and it lived up to its billing. Everybody was waiting to see this football game.
Let's go down to the field for Scott Lever, who is standing by with Jim Unruh, who has won his 5th state championship as a head coach. Scott.
That's right. You got a championship for each finger now, Coach. Congratulations. They should call, instead of the Chargers, it should be the Cardiac Kids from Illini West. 2 weeks in a row, 39 seconds last week. You pull it out. 25 seconds to go tonight. You get the winning score.
Unbelievable. I can't say enough about these group of kids. The great game plan in the second half. We said play hard. It's about all we said. Is keep playing hard. We felt like we were doing a lot of good things the first half. We just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. Just keep playing hard, and awfully proud of these guys. Awfully proud of them.
Came down to that big pass play there by Michael Lafferty to Jacob Schmudlock. Tell me about that play. Is that what you were looking for?
Well, having too many people on the field to play before kind of forced us to do something, but I'll tell you what, awfully proud of these kids right now. Awfully proud.
What's it like having a chess match with another great coach across the field in Al Martin?
I'll tell you what, he did a great job, I thought, of calling plays, keeping us all balanced all game long. I'm really speechless. I'm just absolutely speechless. To pull it out like this 2 weeks in a row is just incredible.
Coach, congratulations. They need you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, very happy Jim Unruh.
Right.
As he has now won 5 state titles, the first 4 with Carthage.
The Blue Boys.
And now one with the Chargers of Illini West. A great game here. And whenever Carthage or Illini West seems to be in a title game, it seems to be tight and hotly contested and right down to the wire. And no different here in this one as Illini West with the 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, as you see DuQuoin down there in the field.
And who says that double wing is a thing of the past? Both games we've done today, both of them have come up winners. I'll tell you what, there's still use for that offense.
If you believe in it and
right.
you can teach it, and it helps to have 250 pounds across the front line.
That's right.
Because in this game, Carthage runs for 377 yards, and Stephen
and a
Flynn,
fullback like Stephen Flynn.
Yeah, Stephen Flynn had 213 by himself. It helps to have the big boys up front to pave those holes, because there was a lot of times that Flynn was getting through the line
right.
easily and into the second level of defensive coverage before he even got touched.
Yeah, and don't forget about it. Michael Beals came in and gave him a nice little break there. That speed element. He was able to break 2 or 3 to the outside early in the third quarter. And, he had 12 carries for 88 yards. I thought he made a nice difference there in the third quarter.
Well, those orange and blue uniforms, they fit in quite well down here at Memorial Stadium, don't they?
Do they ever? That's a happy group of young men right there.
The Chargers of Illini West, good color choice there, Illini West, and
right.
You make your colors blue and orange, similar to the University of Illinois. And they're going to hoist the championship trophy here in just a little bit. We're going to see DuQuoin receive their runner-up trophy. Al Martin in the state championship game as head coach of the Indians for the 6th time, and he comes 1 win shy for the 4th time in those 6 tries. And just both coaches, class acts.
Oh, that's all you can say, Jim. We've been doing this quite a while, and I don't think we've ever been treated as well by both of these coaches before the game. They sat, answered all of our questions, gave us all the information we want. You even happened to talk to one of the coaches last night on Thanksgiving night, answered the phone. We had a couple questions, and it's just was a great game to be a part of. Both these teams presented themselves extremely well. There weren't a lot of penalties. You didn't expect that from these teams. It was just a great Class 3A football game.
As you see, DuQuoin getting their second place medallions, the captains receiving their medallions. The captains A.J. Hill, Dalton Morgan, Seth Heap, Colin Jones. And then once DuQuoin receives their second place trophy, we'll have Illini West come to the podium and they'll hoist that state championship trophy up. And boy, what the Cardiac Kids is right for Illini West, right down to the wire last week, the big comeback against Oregon. Boy, and Illini West had, something unusual happen for them. They were able to play all of their playoff games at home.
Right.
They played all 4 of their playoff games leading into this title game here on their home field as DuQuoin.
That's also a very nice trophy to receive. That will fit very well in their trophy case. I know they would like that one to be the first place, but an outstanding season as DuQuoin receives their second loss of the year.
DuQuoin on their way to the state championship game knocked off the number 7 team in the state, the number 1 team in the state, the number 2 team in the state. They could not knock off number 3 as Illini West gets it done. Let's go down to the field. Scott Lever is standing by with a very happy Stephen Flynn.
That's right, Stephen, job well done tonight. Boy, that was a battle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was intense. I mean, we both kept fighting. They're a great team. We just had what it takes, to come back and win it in the end. I mean, I gotta give all the credit to our defense. I mean, they stepped it up. Our offensive line, they did great. Jacob Smudlock, beautiful catch at the end of the game from an awesome pass from Michael. It's a great feeling. I mean, we're state champions, and DuQuoin was a great team. They had a great season.
How hard was the hitting out there?
Oh, it was pretty hard. I mean, they hit hard, they came out ready to hit. They weren't ready to back down. They never had intentions of giving up. I mean, like that safety, I don't know his name, but man, he brought it. He's the hardest hitting safety I've ever seen, and our line, they did it.
I know you grew up in Carthage. You probably dreamed of being a Blue Boy for a number of years when you were a youngster, but you guys have started a new chapter here with the Illini West winning a championship.
That's exactly right. I mean, they're great teams. I always want to be just like them, but it's a new name, new game. I mean, we're here and we're planning on coming right back next year.
Stephen, they got a medal waiting for you up there. Go ahead and get it, all right? Congratulations, Stephen Flynn. Guys.
You see the captains for the Chargers, Luke Burling, Kyle Hartzell, Ross Hudson, and Derek Van Fleet receiving their medallions. And now they're going to hoist the state championship trophy. There it is.
How sweet is that right there? What a great feeling that's got to be. Boy, is Jim Unruh having some fun right there. You see him on the left-hand side, and we talked to him before the game. He said every one of these games is even sweeter, and he just got number 5. What a huge win for the family of Illini West.
Undefeated state champions. Illini West gets it done in thrilling come-from-behind fashion for the second week in a row. As 21-14 is your final score. Let's take a look at some of the final numbers for this Illini West championship. And this statistical update brought to us by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Total yards, 434 to 236. 377 yards rushing, 54 attempts for Illini West. Not very many penalties.
Well, and that's where you got to give the credit to the defense. I mean, we talked a lot about offense, but Illini West's defense, to hold them under 300 yards of total offense, what a great job they did.
And an unusual statistic, normally in a game like this, the team that turns it over more is the team that ends up losing. Well, Illini West was -2 in turnover differential in the game tonight, and they come up with the victory.
Absolutely.
So they were able to overcome not being able to convert in the red zone a couple of times because of turnovers, and then one missed opportunity on a loss of downs, on a downs conversion. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights of this one. Post-game highlights brought to us by Honda. Happy Honda Days from your local Honda dealer.
Well, a lot of these are Stephen Flynn highlights. The big fullback just was running people over. This is be a touchdown by DuQuoin. A.J. Hill, one of his many touchdown passes this season. But once again, Illini West in their running game was just too much for DuQuoin at the end of the football game.
Stephen Flynn with the run there. Now here's the game winner. Lafferty to Jacob Schmudlock. Touchdown, wow. Chargers. Great catch. Coverage wasn't too bad.
No, the coverage was excellent.
That was a well-thrown ball by Lafferty, and Schmudlock making the catch to give Illini West the state championship. We've got one more game to go tonight, and I want to wish you good luck, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Steve May is an assistant coach for Bloomington Central Catholic as they take on Aurora Christian in the next game, and I want to thank all of the viewers for being with us here today as we were able to bring you the 1A and 3A state title games, and we'll look ahead to 4A when we return to Memorial Stadium in Champaign after this word from your local stations.